protocol.
Special is happening in here. That's right, it's brackets and jackets, bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks, Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh, boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jacket's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. Alright, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens of islands.
2024 is the final battle. They go one after Trump, but if they can get Trump, it means they can get you, they can get me. Discuss unity.
Yeah. 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 We out here digging, never sleep. Flipping the script, think we'll give up. Digger, please, we never quit. Joe Rambo in the field, Dave spitting facts legit. Matrix code breaker, he don't suffer, he just has it. Stormy Joe and Abs bringing the thunder. Whole crew full of diggers, yeah, that's my brother. Where we go one, we go all. Digger, please, we never fall. Protect your mind, control your emotions. That's the law. Digger. That's my digger. Truth warriors, red pill givers. That's my digger. Joe Rambo moving silent like a ghost in the night. Dave in the house connecting dots like a G. Alright, Matrix code breaker, break the simulation walls. Trying to space shot, dropping knowledge, watch the system fall. JF9 and Sapioplex in the mix. Belushi bringing the fire. Scott Zimmerman with the fix. Yeah, we out here digging. Never sleep, never quit. Never quit. Where we going?
With the Hulkanator+Spaceshot Show, a little behind schedule, technical difficulties, whatever you want to call it. We fired the producer. The entire production team is down in the parking lot with their little boxes, and they're marching out to the unemployment line. Sorry, guys, you guys are all fired. Good morning, everybody out there. Make sure you're smashing the thumbs up button. How you doing this morning, Mr. Spaceshot?
Right? Unmutes usually work a lot better when you want to talk. How's it going out there, my fellow world patriots? I don't know if you saw that message, but it's funny because I actually watched that video just a couple of days ago, and I was like, "Wait, that's Dolph Lundgren there from Rocky?" And
yep.
you know that dude's actually like very smart. Went to MIT for
chemical
a bit.
engineer. Yeah, he's a chemical engineer.
Yeah, he got a
master's degree. Hold on. I don't have any feed on my. What the hell happened over here?
More technical difficulties?
I just realized that. Wait, it played the song, right? You guys got the song, right?
We did on my side.
I just want to make sure. Hold on. We got to play technical difficulties out there.
I show you live on YouTube here. I mean, on Rumble anyway. Let me see if I'm getting sound from you here.
No, not from my mic. You're not. For some strange reason, dude, it rearranged like all my audio. We want to be
we're hearing you on my side anyway.
check. No. I got to get to properties over here.
That's cool. We'll fix that, and I'll talk a little bit because they might be able to hear me on your side.
Check. Nope. That's not it. No, they can't hear nobody right now.
That's fun.
The only thing they heard was check.
This is what happened. This is what happens when you fire the doorman at the White House, but forget to set his replacement in. Hulk fired all the producers and didn't hire any new ones.
Yeah, check. There's me.
There you go.
Give me a little bit of you.
Me. I'll give you a little bit of me, baby. There
Okay,
you go.
No, that's not it. So I got that side done. So I did an update on Windows, guys. I'm going to bring Spaceshot in here just a little second. I basically turned all my shit to default for whatever reason out there.
I hate those too. They force it on you. It's like, yeah, remind me in 3 days, and then it's like 3 days comes in. It's like, no, your computer's gonna update whether you like it or not.
Nope, that's not you.
I'm me.
I got me in there.
I'm me. I'm right here. I'm just me. Just keep reading. I'll keep reading some folks from the chat.
There it is.
There we go.
You are, chat. Sorry about that. Give me 5x5s all in chat just to make sure you guys can hear my voice, because right now I'm looking at my OBS screen. Here, I'll just show you it over here just to make sure. See,
chat.
I was playing with the OBS screen and you guys weren't coming in over here. So I did an update because we're getting a little crackling audio, and I figured, hey, I'll be back really quick, dude. I'm just going to go out, do a restart, came back on, and it's like, oh, you got like 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to do an update. I'm like, oh, shit. And then it restarts and it comes back on. Oh, we still got 70% left. And I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, cool. So I come back up and I realize that I don't have any connections between my audio box and my computer. Do another full restart. Well, that didn't fix it. And then start getting in there and fixing what was wrong with Discord. So I'll have to go back and double check all this stuff for a little bit later out there. But once I get this thing up and running, it's pretty solid out there. I'm like, okay, great. So let's just do a quick restart, make sure everything's good to go. And then I come in here and I come in, flip it on, do the music. Music's coming to where it needs to on the A web here, right here. But I go to start talking and me and Spaceshot don't show up. So yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was worth it because if we did not fix that issue, every time Hulk was talking, you would hear like a crinkling, like a static. So, and that is very annoying. Most people will listen to a podcast and watch a podcast if you have absolute shitty graphics and like visuals on the screen versus crappy sound. Crappy sound, people are like, no, I can't listen to this. I'm out of here. People will listen to a podcast with good sound and crappy visuals and versus crappy sound and good visuals. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, so tell me how the audio is, if we're balanced there a little bit. Spaceshot might be just a little bit low, but let me know how you guys perceive the audio out there. And let me know if we're all good to go.
You're sounding much better on my side. And we were talking about Mr. Dolph Lundgren, where it says he's got a master's in chemical engineering, as you said, from the University of Sydney.
PhD. Yeah, I thought it's PhD in some sort of chemical engineering or something. He's got a PhD. He's a smart dude.
Yeah, master's degree. He got a Fulbright scholarship. He actually went to the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden, went to MIT for a little bit, but then he went to go acting once his acting career took off. And remember, he was married? Was he married to his wife in that movie there, Bridget Nielsen?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever married her in real life or whatever.
Thank you, chat.
But he was the wife there in the show. So yeah, he's not just he looks like this big rough dude because he's like 6'4". He was chiseled back in the day, and he was definitely the ultimate bad guy, the steroid raging Russian. What great movies! And if anybody, if anybody needs any motivation for jogging, throw on the Rocky IV soundtrack. Hearts on
I almost came in with that.
Oh, really?
Rasta. We got to go back to our technical difficulties because you guys had some great comments out there. I think this one is the perfect, dude, because it kind of explains us a lot. Me and Spaceshot here. It says Rasta from the Pill Group over here says we are the generation of expected technical difficulties, but the next generation won't be able to fix their own shit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the quote of the day, sir.
That is true.
I mean, as a kid, I always tore shit apart, pull apart the radio before I could figure out how that thing works because there's music coming out of the box and looking at all the gears and stuff like that. I was always that type of person as a young kid. Take the shit apart. How does it actually work? I might not have got it back together in the first few years, but I started to nail that part down and not permanently breaking things.
Best way to do it. Absolutely. Best way to do it, and we used to have to wait for things, but the cool thing is we could go to Radio Shack and get these weird parts. I mean, do they even have an equivalent of that nowadays? Like, I don't know if that's like Best Buy but there's nothing, I don't think, even close to Radio Shack.
You'd have to go to like like if I was in the two places in Southern California I go to for those parts would be Radio Shack for general use stuff, and then some of the hole in the wall places called Marvac or Arvac Electronics, where they kind of have some of the older stuff and just like computer parts or like a transistor or whatever it might be. Those are always cool places to go walk around in.
Dude, I gotta read this one. NC Cheney.
Continue with the critiques, please. Continue.
No, this is clarity on who married who. Sly married Brigitte, then she married the black dude with the 3-inch the 3-inch clock around his neck. Flavor Flav.
No shit.
Remember she was on Flavor of Love or whatever? Oh my God.
No, I don't watch that. I'd stay away from that kind of crap, dude. I can't watch that stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you saw the commercials. I mean, hopefully nobody sat and watched that, because that was just a train wreck. Absolute train wreck. But yeah, it's Rocky married Drago's wife, Elvis. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and Elvis said the same thing there. Chemistry is a really difficult area to get a degree, a bachelor's degree, I should know. I have one in chemistry, but a master's or a PhD is really difficult, says PD77 on Rumble. Yeah, it's a lot of schooling there. Definitely a lot of schooling there.
Airman from your side says A View to Kill was Dolphin's screen debut. It's where he met Grace. Oh, yeah, Grace, that black girl. Remember her?
Grace.
The real athletic looking one that would always come out.
Why do I want to say?
I think that's...
I used to know her name. Yeah, it was... geez, what the hell?
Pilled is working now. That was my problem, so don't worry. The crisis is averted since we fired the entire production staff.
Grace Jones.
Yeah.
She was jacked.
She was weird, but anyways, yeah. No, one of those 80s weird people that we all saw. I mean, there's so many in the 80s. You're like, wow.
Yeah, she was with, I think she was in Conan movies, right? She was like the bad woman or whatever, or one of the bad women.
Probably.
Conan the Destroyer, she was in. Yeah. Zulu.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
crazy stuff we've seen over our lifetime itself. I mean, anything from, Challenger, to Reagan getting shot, to tear down this wall, to, that apple pie, American baseball thing that we all grew up on. Some people say it's Americanism, American propaganda, those types of thought processes, because we still perpetuate the mantra of the patriotism in the United States, even though we know our government is totally effed. Can it be fixed? Maybe. We see how the game's being played, and the chessboard and pieces are all out there. The real question is will they let it happen? Well, it's like one hell. Man and a bunch of people.
They fighting like hell, that's for sure. Oh, geez, what was I just gonna say too? You just sparked something in my head there.
They tried to.
It'll pop back in about 35, 40 seconds.
So how's everybody's morning out there? Make sure you hit 5x5s out there for people who are carrying coffee, 10x10s for the lunch people out there, and good morning everybody on the pilled side. Duran. I should be knowing some Duran songs. We might spend a little time in the 80s in a couple of weeks, guys, and do some intros into that.
Yes, and I told you 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Whenever that happens, I just know. I don't try to sit there and think. I just say, all right, forget it. I'll think about it. I'll not think about it, and it'll pop into my head in 30 seconds. So you're a year older than me, Hulk.
Wait. I want to throw this out here. If you guys want to do 80s theme song, go pick the popular 80 theme song, and you can't pick the song Aha. Nope, that's off the list. What's the other really popular one that they ran through all the movies? It was on it's every popular freaking movie with the guy kind of singing, talking. It starts out really slow. I can't think of the name, but somebody played it. I would go and throw it. But we're doing 80s music. Go pop your favorite 80s tune down in there and see how close we can get. Yeah, so you can go all the way from 1980 to 1989.
Well, here at Dominion Software, we don't dictate the voting parameters. But Hulk, you're a year older than me. All right. Did they wheel out Did they wheel all you guys out in 1986 in front of a TV just to see the air quotes Challenger explode?
Shit, yeah, I was in third grade, man. I think it was like 8 or 9 or whatever, watching Sally Fields, or I think it's Sally Fields. Was that her name?
I don't know who presented it on TV.
The teacher. The teacher that was on the...
Susan McSomething. Yeah, and I forget. But I remember it very vividly. They, for some reason, they brought it outside for us. They had us all outside in basically where we would do recess, and they brought a big TV, and then they had everybody, set up chairs and stuff.
Sally Ride.
We're gonna do the cool. We're gonna see this thing, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, everybody, back to class. Yeah, nothing to see. What happened? Yeah, it's cool. It's like, what? And then, come to find out, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the odd coincidences of those, some of those astronauts with the same names, with the, same faces being alive today? Do you think that's nonsense, or do you think there's some validity to that?
Nobody's discredited it enough, 100% in my mind, to say no. I mean, I've seen the memes and all those sort of things, and then seen, interviews from, 2010 or something, like right around there. I mean, these people were giving interviews, which they don't really say it's the same person itself, but it sure looks like the same person. Did we see a large sacrifice in front of the entire United States with little kids watching the entire time? Maybe. It's always an interesting thing, but there's not enough evidence, in my opinion, either way, to 100% discredit it, because I haven't seen anybody go through and verify, hey, this is this person, this is that person later for 20 years, here's their job, career, and stuff. Nobody's gone through, and I haven't seen any video evidence. I've seen a lot of type and those types of things, and leading down the evidence trail and those things. But what do you think? Do you think there's enough evidence either way?
I think it's too much circumstantial to not be a situation. I mean, I could literally send you a picture right here to, I'll put it up here. I
know, I've seen it. We all seen it. We all know what you're talking about. This ain't nothing new.
Well, so, I mean, what are the odds that out of all these people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 of them are still... You still have people that look very much like them. One of them has a different name. One of them's Dick Scobie. The other one was Richard Scobie. Michael J. Smith is still Michael J. Smith, who has a very weird, I wouldn't say weird face, but I would say a very distinct face. I would also say Dick Scobie, Richard Scobie, had a very distinct face as well. And then you had Claude Ozuna, who says I believe he says he's the twin, or McNair said he was the twin. One of the two says he was the twin. But for me, the Resnick teacher really nails it for me, because there's actually footage of Judith Resnick, because remember, it was Judith Resnick, the astronaut, air quotes, and then it's now Judith Resnick, the professor at, I forget what college it is or whatever. But they have videos of her talking, and I'll be damned if that's not her, dude. I mean, I would put some serious dough on the fact that, yeah, that's her. But again,
all right, so put your answer in chat. Do you believe it? Yes or no? I'll just leave it as a yes or no question for everybody out there.
Yes or no? What do you think? What is your thoughts on this fine Saturday morning here? What did I do with?
So what do you wait for that to come back out there? Any highlights off top of your head for this past couple of days of things that we've seen? Anything you want to mention before we start talking about show crap and going and all that stuff?
Why? Was there anything major happen in the last couple of days?
Just a little bit, just more info as more of that stuff comes out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we knew about, right? But that's not really what this is about. It's about waking up the other folks that are kind of lagging behind us. And I think it's, repeats are necessary, of course. And this stuff is more for of course, we knew what was going on. We reported a lot of this stuff back in 2020. We reported, even going back to 18 and stuff like that. A lot of these issues we reported on. But it's definitely getting very interesting out here, and I'm loving, all the China exposure in the last couple of days. China.
China.
But the thing is, dude, I think I don't, and I still don't know what that topic is going to be. But it's going to need, maybe the kids, I don't know. But like, it's going to need to be a topic that the other side wakes up to, because no matter how much evidence we bring out of election fraud, this, that, and the other, a lot of these resistors, like I talk about my ex-coworker there, just will not see it, period, right? And then so one answer I didn't get from him yesterday was about that, we showed it earlier, the representative that wants to take over for Graham Plattner's place in Maine, and I sent him because he's got a young daughter. So I said to him, I said, let's be honest, would you want this person in a bathroom with your daughter? I said, I know for certain I would never want that guy, which it is a guy, in a bathroom with a young girl, period. Right? And of course, I get no answer to that. It's just waits a couple hours and sends some headline about Trump and, Russia or Epstein or something like that. And I'm just like, dude, it's wild that people don't see like the shit show for what it is. And some people won't wake up, but it's going to need to be something. And maybe it's the kids stuff that will wake up a bunch of these people on the other side, but it's going to need to be a shocking, jarring thing, because they could care less, dude. Like legitimately, some of these people could not care less if somebody went and blew, person A, B, C, D away, tomorrow. And it would not faze them in the least, because they're just kind of like NPC mode, right? It's like, oh, wake up, go to work, take a shower, eat my food, go to sleep. Same thing, repeat, wash, rinse, and repeat. And they have no thoughts beyond, this is what I'm doing today. I'm going to work. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to go whatever, come home and do this. They don't think about anything else. So I'm just wondering how many NPCs are out there. But I'm here for it, and I think they're going to force feed it down their throat. And I think eventually it's going to come to that point of some topic that's going to flip a switch. It's going to be a different world one day than the previous. And again, I don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but I think they got a way and a plan that they've game planned this stuff for a while, is my opinion.
So Manipulant over on my chat hit it right on the nose, sir. You hit the important point that a lot of people miss about I'm going to ask Space Shot one more time. Don't go look at my chat. What was the most important thing we learned? Do you remember?
The most important thing we learned?
That we learned from Trump and his speech.
I think it was a lot of things we learned in there. That our elections are not safe.
That they chose to not inform the president.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Well, I mean, that's just
that's a pretty big thing.
I mean, that's just a given. I mean, we talk about that Ratcliffe report, right? Like that he was supposed to write the report on election interference, but he couldn't because of these analysts that were basically highlighted in what President Trump was talking about the other day. Like you had analysts in our intelligence community, per that report from Ratcliffe and the ombudsman, saying essentially they will throw Russia under the bus at any turn. Yep, Russia, they did it. China, they don't really want to say much bad about China. So it's like, yeah, and then now we're getting all this information about China again. Most of the information we all knew about, and again, it's repeats are necessary for the normies out there. And I think as we keep going, he's starting to pick up more and more folks. I've said it before, and I think, what we've witnessed over the last many years, and I think going forward, I think the Georgia area is going to be an important, and it has been, and it's going to be an important area. Because remember, he was getting indicted left and right, but when it came down to that, like final. I call it like the final indictment down there in Atlanta or in Georgia. Then the masses were just like, yeah, that's a little much. Like how many times are we going to indict this guy, right? And then we have all that fraud down there as well. 200 FBI agents apparently down there, plus on the scene. So, and they seemed very concerned about it in Congress last week too, right? They were asking, who were they asking? Was it Mark Wayne Mullen, or it may have been Todd Blanche? But they were asking, they were asking Blanche, you were aware that Tulsi was down there? Like, oh my God, can you believe the director of national intelligence? Oh, was it Clayton they were asking? Okay. Can you believe that? And dude, he was just great, like not answering them, like and just staying silent. I'm not playing. I'm not playing this game with you. But the idea that they would, oh my God, did you know that the director of national intelligence was down there during this bust or whatever? And it's like, I mean, I simply would have just said, yeah, matters of national security. Elections are matters of national security. What part of that don't you understand? Why are you resisting the fact that we want to make sure elections are safe and secure? And again, dude, I just still can't wrap my head around the part of like why people are insistent on wanting to use these machines that cost probably billions of dollars with all the counties throughout the United States, right? At the end of the day, and then we don't get instant results. You would think like, hey, do these ballots, they'll be accurate, and you'll have these results in 2 hours, right? But historically, we've already done the hand counting, pretty much always know the result the night of. And then we got to introduce these beautiful computers that we pay billions of dollars for just to do what? Oh, so now we can have election, season. I don't even say month anymore. It's turning into like election season. These 2-3 months are going to be your election mail-in ballots. So yeah, it's getting wild, and the fact that a lot of people can't even see that, like the fact that mainstream media chose not to even cover his report or his speech the other day, on top of the fact that, oh, by the way, he gets better ratings than all of their shows probably combined, and they didn't want to show it, it shows me that they are absolutely panicked.
So, like, if I was going to wrap it up into one word here that Manipulate put out, one word to describe it all, what we're watching right now is knowingly.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to get interesting.
Knowingly. And I think, hold on, let me just make sure, because I don't want to say things that are out of place. I am going to thank Durango Nibiru X for gifting out 5 subscriptions to the old channel. Channel Rooney here. I'm coming over to Hulk.
Oh, he hit me too.
There you go.
I appreciate that, Deranged Nibiru. I appreciate that for the 5. Oh, what is it? I'm freaking
Durango.
Tired this morning.
Think
Durango.
of the car. There you go.
Well, because it looks like deranged.
Hulk loves when I say this. Think about the Durango truck. Hulk hates when I call SUVs trucks for some reason. He takes it very personally.
But I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. I think that was, stream from today. Yeah,
yep.
That's from today.
I noticed it a little bit earlier. Yep. Yes, and a little bit of a delay was absolutely worth it because you were crinkling earlier. So much better now for sure. So I'm seeing people that are agreeing with that fact in the chat.
Sorry for being a little late, dude, but damn, so I wish everything would just be easy. I woke up at like 9:05 thinking, shit, I got to be up in 45 minutes. I better go make coffee and get that thing started, and then sat down a little bit after 9:20 and start plugging away on the show stuff here and see how far I got down my favorite list. And of course, deal with all the issues of coming up 1 minute before showtime, realizing audio's broken.
And then if your computer forces you to do an update, which is crazy. So yeah, dude. I don't know if did you notice any difference in the X algorithm the last couple of days, or maybe I just had a couple of posts that caught fire?
You had a fluke. Let's keep on the topic we're at. We'll get over to X and the rest of those guys here, because we kind of want to pick up what we left off on Thursday.
Yes, we do.
From the show. So we want to see the reactions of the news media. And
not good.
I didn't choose that. What I did go grab is the first clip of what's his name? Justice New John Solomon on CBS News to see what he told them just after the speech. I think is the important one to listen to even have them on. Have you seen this?
I have not seen this clip. I did hear about it, but here's the thing I'll say too before you play it. John Solomon, he's very good in what he does, and he lays it out. So I'm interested to hear exactly how he addresses their crowd, because we hear him on Fox all the time and on Bannon and stuff. So I want to see if he tailors this delivery any differently to these people.
All right, here we go.
Conservative journalist John Solomon. He is an advisor to the president, to President Trump. He's leading a government transparency task force for the White House. He's also the man behind a lot of the research and the reporting that the president cited as true in this speech tonight. John, you heard the president. You also heard the senator say none of it is true or not new or not significant, and others have said that as well. Your response?
Well, listen, I talked to the intelligence chiefs in the last few days as we got prepared for this. It's very important to understand the president said this tonight. Every intelligence chief vetted this speech. They made sure it was accurate. They told me they had never been briefed on the size of the breaches, the 230 million Americans, the 220 million Americans whose data was stolen, that they consider it a security breach. How many times on your network have you reported that 5 countries are capable of hacking our election machines? When is the last time you reported that Venezuela actually succeeded in breaching a machine which has implications for our future security? You haven't, because it was never made public. It has not been made to Congress. It's not been told to the president in the past. We checked the presidential daily briefs. A president was kept from this information. Now we have a chance to fix a glass chin of election security, make the 26th election more secure than the last 3.
John, did the president, in his address tonight, we know he likes to ad-lib, did he overstep the information that you provided to him in any way, shape, or form?
Not that I've seen. I mean, I have to go back and compare everything, but no, I think the president stayed right where the intelligence community gave us this information, where it resides, and that is we had a glass chin. We knew our election machines are vulnerable. We didn't patch them. We knew 230 million Americans' voter data was stolen by Chinese spies. Now think about this. When Equifax had the 147 million person breach 10 years ago, it was one of the biggest stories, Chinese spies. Now think about this. When Equifax had the 147 million person breach 10 years ago, it was one of the biggest stories, one of the biggest data breaches. And this is larger than that. A foreign enemy has the ability now to register American voters, and that is something that concerned the Intelligence Committee. Thousands of pages of reports that we went through. We put several hundred of them out tonight. But if all of us are worried about when our bank account gets compromised, we should be just as worried when our voter file gets compromised, because it may affect a future election.
So what's the president's next move here tonight?
He laid out several steps. One of them is for tomorrow, the Homeland Security Secretary to begin briefing reporters at the White House on what the machine fixes are. Patches, very simple things that will fix those machines. By the way, the first people to raise concerns about the very patches we're talking about, 2 Democratic senators back in 2019. But these are going to get fixed now, 7 years later. The second thing is the Homeland Security Department needs to figure out what to do to make sure we can deal with this identity theft, so that when people vote, they are the person they say they are, and some foreigner hasn't monkeyed with the system. And then third, he made very clear, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, they have to go back and find out why the intelligence analysts kept this from a president, kept this from a Congress, kept this from the American people. I have found no evidence in all the documents the Intelligence Committee gave me that people like Senator Mark Warner knew about this. Now, if he knew about it, maybe he should have told us earlier.
But John, the voting rolls that China has allegedly compromised, they are public rolls. That's the information.
They're not all.
They're not all. Okay. So then tell me this.
No, they're not.
What could China potentially do? Because this is the headline that comes out of this tonight: 220 million compromised voter rolls. What can China potentially do, from your understanding, with that information?
Yeah, it's a great question, Tony. When your reporters look at the National Intelligence Council assessment from January of 2020, there are 6 things it was assessed. This means all the intelligence community agrees together. 6 things they can do. They can vote in your name, and you would show up one day and you wouldn't be able to vote because they'll tell you someone else voted for you. They could register you in another location. You would never know that they voted for you in another location because they have all your data, everything they need to fill out a legitimate registration form. They could go and change something on your address, and when you showed up with your ballot or with your ID, like, oh, you're not that person, you're registered at another address. All of those things were imagined by our intelligence community. They warned about it. They called it the softest of vulnerabilities, the most severe vulnerabilities our system had. It gets hacked, and then they don't tell any of us. You know, we get informed when our bank accounts are taken. Why shouldn't we get informed when our voter records were taken?
Well, we're getting informed tonight. John, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, that's a lot of info right there. And just as a note, who wrote that over here? Just checking. I will show you how to post those songs here in a minute after we get past this particular topic. what we've seen. So interesting things that he said that obviously didn't come out of Trump's mouth was obviously he's on the task force. He was the one that was going through the paperwork, helping out the rest of the group to make sure they can get that stuff out in 4 weeks for this release for this election stuff. That they're also instituting patches and changes to the machines themselves. And as far as I remember, that's up to the Secretary of State's office to verify any software updates and with the Dominion OKs, and then go back through certification and all those types of things, which I know are states' rights of the Secretary of State's office. It wouldn't be a federal law that you have to have this type of voting machine with this software on there. I don't know if that's going to change in an executive order, but just things I'm thinking off at the top of my head, and them. You see, this goes back to, like, I thought Maidengate was a bunch of bullshit in the beginning when they started talking about how they were going back into the state voting rolls and realizing that the women with their maiden names and address and birth from their previous addresses were showing voting in different states. Well, between the SolarWinds hack, this new hack, they also got, they talk about a hack in, I think it was 2014, where they got a bunch of spy information about, like, what they say, 22 million names out of that. So they said that they've built a building. They got the computer systems in there, and all it does is hum along and quantitative that info so they can use that against America. Like they said, they were trying to blackmail people in Trump's first White House to get them to not talk about things. Voter registration, the whole ID thing that we're talking about, even though they sent them over. We'll get to there on that point. But just interesting things to see how this is all coming together and the information that's becoming an avalanche here at the end. How they fix it and institute it is a totally different thing here at this point. We still got to wait a couple of weeks before we see that.
Absolutely. And dude, this was weird for me to see that. And I did a little bit of looking, and I dropped you a link there. I literally put a post on X as you were talking. And so I'm also adding you another picture, just something for you to look at into here. This is, I've noticed something else looks a little bit different here. But dude, when I looked up this thing here, of course they have a Daily Beast article talking about, it's saying a MAGA approved anchor was on that show right there. And I'm like, wait, is this weird for anybody? Senator Shreds MAGA-coded anchor for showcasing Trump's lies. So that would be Mark Warner, which we'll get to him in a second. But it says MAGA-approved CBS anchor Tony Dokoupil, whatever, was shredded on live on air
That's
after broadcasting. Yeah, Tony Dokoupil, whatever. So that was the guy that they were saying the network's newsroom has taken a more MAGA-friendly approach since the anti-woke Barry Weiss became editor-in-chief. Right? Weiss was installed by Paramount, Skydance's Trump-friendly owner, Nepo billionaire David Ellison, despite never having worked on television news before. Dokoupil was one of Weiss's first hires. So that's interesting. Barry Weiss, never Trumper, but the fact that they had him on, and who was the first guy to come and resist what President Trump said? Oh, a guy that had a lot to do with the very beginning origins of all this Crossfire Hurricane, because remember, he was in the same boat as Adam, skinny, pencil neck, watermelon head, Shifty Schiff, right? He was also on the intelligence Gang of Eight, which, remember, I think Marco Rubio was as well back then, and I know Nunez was for sure, and Schiff and Warner were the Democrat representatives there, and guess who said what and who didn't say what?
We need to verify that, where Marco and where he institute. Can you go look that up really quick out there?
I'm going to go verify the 108th Congress Gang of Eight. Let's see, 107.
Yeah, where Marco Rubio was at that particular time itself.
Gang of Eight Intelligence.
I know you guys already had dropped this already. Somebody had already tagged me on Twitter. Make sure you play this. This is the other side of Solomon talking with Glenn Beck.
Nice.
Anything you want to say before I play a little bit of this, and we could go into some of the other talking points into this?
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Chuck Schumer. So back then it was Schiff. Okay, Richard Burr. That was the guy. It wasn't It wasn't, what's this called there? I want to make sure that's good, though.
Senator Rubio?
Yes, it was not Senator Rubio at time. It says the 2017 roster. Uh-oh.
What was he? He was Texas? I forget. Yeah, I'm still here.
That's interesting because your stream just went off. It says stream failed to start. Let me back out and come back in here.
You hear me, right?
I hear you. Yes, absolutely.
It still shows up for me.
Let me exit full stream, return to Discord here. Let's see. I got to leave and come back because it's not even showing me the option to look at your stream.
Here, let me stop the share and then reshare it. Just make it that way easier for you. There, now it's back up.
No, I'll be back. There we go.
Back.
There we go. Bing. There's the stream. And we good. Okay.
Exactly.
And let me move this. And you got Mr. Glenn Beck and Mr. Solomon. But I very much enjoyed that. And interesting that he was on CBS at all.
Exactly. Here's the next clip.
I thought that there were two things that came out. One, that this is really important, this voter data, and they could just use it for algorithms to shape you on how you're going to vote. All the things you just said, and shape you as well.
He said
and
psyops.
Two, and this might have been a bigger thing, the cover-up from our own intelligence agencies. I mean, John, this is what happened in Vietnam to some degree. It's what happened with Iran-Contra in a way where everybody said, well, no, the president knew. Here we know the president didn't know. And it was a problem every time something like this has happened. And I think this is the most important violation of this. Them keeping information vital from the president of the United States. I think, is there anything here that is going to be so indisputable that you'll see an actual perp walk?
Yes, I do. I think it's possible. I think you'll see terminations first, right? And so the CIA is now reviewing everyone that was involved with a presidential daily briefing for which this information was withheld. And you're seeing things here that are showing up on screen. So important. They basically are talking about deliberately massaging President Trump's database so he won't see the Chinese election interference stuff. There are people watching this that are pros in the intelligence community. They're not trying to cover it up, and they're writing back to this like it boggles the mind that we're going to keep this from the president. Another FBI person who kept pulling back China intelligence interference reports and not letting the community see them so they can be investigated, wrote in her own text messages to her colleague, I'm running a shadow government. I'm running a shadow government to keep the president and others from learning about this. It is remarkable when you hear that those sort of text messages, what was going on. Other people writing, this is clearly politics. We should be telling the president. An NSA guy said, I'm alarmed that we're not telling the president, but I was too weak to stand up and object in the meeting. This was one of the widest secrets in the intelligence community that some intelligence analysts used their power to keep the president in the dark about a 220 million voter data breach, about the vulnerability of machines in elections, about Venezuela's successful hack of a voter machine in a controlled environment, not an election, but in a laboratory setting. All of those things are things that are actionable that a president and a Congress needs to know in real time. And we had analysts in the intelligence community who thought their political purposes were more important than our national security. They didn't want Donald Trump to have this. They didn't want Donald Trump to make a China argument. So they shut off the spigot of information for what they're paid to provide the president. It's fraud. It is deceit. It is harmful to our national security.
All right, dude. I think it's worse than most people actually think or paying attention to. I'm trying to find the, oops, I don't want to do that. You still muted over there, Mr. Spaceshot?
I'm certainly not.
I'm trying to find a link I was talking about on the breakdown of what was happening inside Microsoft. What did I do with it?
Boom, boom, boom. They were all after him too. I mean, everybody. And yeah, we throw around these, treason, sedition words. But I think it's almost like, the racism thing, a couple of years ago, everything's racist. So they use that so often. but we've been using it for so long, right? But I think the other side doesn't look at it as importantly as we do. Now, if they did it to, say, Biden or Obama, then yeah, they would have a big problem with it. But because it's Trump, it's like, he's a Russian agent anyway, right? Like, some of these people are still, unfortunately, after all the proof that's out there, still saying, yeah, but he worked with, with Putin still. And I'm like, wait, here's the handwritten notes from John Brennan, the CIA director at the time, saying they were aware it was a story made up to vilify President Trump as working with Russian intelligence. Like, hello. And it's just
Here's
interesting.
this.
They never get it.
Nikki Flores is currently the Microsoft Director Insider Risk after previously serving as senior leadership at the FBI. She was the one who's claiming that she's running the shadow government. Remember in 2025 when Microsoft disclosed the Chinese state-sponsored actors exploiting vulnerabilities affecting Microsoft infrastructure, and in 2025 concerns were raised about additional compromises involving cloud environments that supported sensitive U.S. government customers, including defense-related systems. In July 2025, these systems were hacked, causing U.S. nuclear systems and other classified systems to be accessed by China. This was done through the exploit of the Azure and the Microsoft AD systems. Nikki was head of the Microsoft Risk during this time. She helped conceal the Chinese influence into the 2020 election. Then she was head of MS Insider Risk when China compromised our classified systems. Her quote is, "I'm basically running a shadow government across the FBI at this point."
I mean, there it is, dude. I mean, confession right on email, right there. It's like, what more do you need? And it's bad. I mean, they were all against him, but right as we look, he's like John Gotti. He's like the Teflon Don, dude. I mean, impeachment, indictments left and right, silly sideways, all these allegations. But yet here he is thriving, and still these guys are about to go through it, and they're slowly releasing that out to us. And I think it's going to start getting faster and faster as we go.
Here's some other highlights. Officials are debating whether content phrasing of an assessment regarding China's info operation during the 2020 election. They straight up strike the sentence about China seeking to topple Trump and write that China doesn't have a preference.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd also like to remind everybody, China wasn't simply obtaining voter data. It was also obtaining the personal information of election worker in L.A. County. Then Deputy DA Eric Neff obtained an indictment against Michigan-based Connick, but George Gascon not only dismissed the charges, but also had L.A. County paid them $5 million settlement to Connex, the CEO and CCP asset of the Eugene U, violating his civil rights. Oh, that's yeah, that right. Guy, the guy that's that let him off. Oh yeah, he's the chief voting rights section of Civil Rights Division in the DOJ right now. And I would like to remind everybody, in less than 24 hours after the Chinese delegation arrived in Venezuela to talk with them, that he picked Maduro up before they left, just as a thing to put that into your pipe and smoke it. What else do we have in here? And the fraudulent driver's license thing, and I think I broke that down over here. I think I'm coming up to it for this. But those are just some of the key pieces of, how Microsoft kind of instituted itself and then hit it with the rest of the government. Didn't even tell anybody. Yeah, Microsoft got hacked. Remember, Pete Hegseth is saying, if you have Chinese people working on the insider, like black ops side of our data systems, then we're going to pull the contract. And then that's when Microsoft fired a bunch of Chinese people because they're accessing it from China. Yeah.
Hey, was SolarWinds out of China too, right?
Yes. I mean, that was the biggest hack of them getting to the back end of the update side of the computer systems.
Be crazy.
Oh, I'd also like to remind the voting machine company charged in the Philippines for bribery and money laundering. Remember that? 2025, October 16th, 2025. Remember we talked about that they tried to overthrow an election for the mayors and a bunch of slush money and lotions and lather, and they arrested a bunch of people. And then the United States government indicted a bunch of people from Smartmatic. Then the company got sold to some other dude in the United States. You guys all remember that? As long as we're all keeping score of what's happening.
Isn't that dude a Republican, I think, right?
Yes.
The guy that runs it now. And yeah, very crazy. I mean, it's just bananas, dude.
So Netanyahu, the first foreign head of state to congratulate Biden on the stolen election, the vice president of Smartmatic Global Services, was a dual citizen of Israel.
It's really real. It's really real.
All right. What did Dan say? When did he know and when did he know it?
It's really tragic that the left-wing and corrupted media is still willing to entertain the 2016 election was stolen by the Russians and Donald Trump. And yet the president last night gives a primetime address. He laid out to you last night evidence over the past year we've been working our asses off on. And corrupted media types are just there, oh, Trump's lying. Listen to me, I'm really trying to control the expletives. That's bullshit. Call me whatever you want. Do not call me a freaking liar. I lived it. I saw it. You're calling him a liar. You're calling me a liar too because I lived it. Folks, there was an organized internal government effort between intelligence community actors, law enforcement actors, DNI actors to just destroy President Trump completely by whatever means necessary. During my tenure here as your deputy, I've relayed to you things that are happening that might not be immediately visible, but they are happening. What I've learned in the course of our properly predicated and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters has shocked me down to my core. We can't run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned. I know we're going to conduct these righteous and proper investigations by the book in accordance with the law. We're going to get the answers we all deserve. I can't predict where it'll land, but I can promise you an honest and dignified effort at the truth. Not my truth or your truth, but the truth. God bless America and all those who defend her. Respectfully, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
He knows. He knows what he did. And this is a direct result of some of the things that they got into and why the entire intelligence agency was reoriented into a new mission. And it's currently still on track here at this point. What happens in the next administration is still yet to remain seen. Oh, you know what? I need to show how to do the stupid song thing.
Oh, the hell was that?
I hiccuped there for a little bit there. I'm sorry.
No, the lady on the screen was kind of scary.
Okay, so we got that there. Did I have a song? I'll grab something I might have had over
Brenda
here.
Francis? Who the hell was that?
So just as a reminder, so like here, we'll go to YouTube and we'll just do a fresh one. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to go to music. We'll pick Napalm Death Tiny Desk. Oh my God.
Yeah, we can't do those tiny desk ones anymore, by the way. Those don't give you a violation. They give you a straight up strike. The NPR
yeah,
ones.
We'll throw the Taylor Swift cover. Oops. So we're going to grab this song right here.
FBI.
We're going to copy this. Remember, so you have to hit oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong freaking window.
It's in the middle.
See, you can't copy this here. If you try to copy it there, what it's going to do is when you go to paste it in the show, where am I? Oops. Where is it? Quit laughing at me, Space Shot. So here's the important part. So when you go and just hit paste, because you just grabbed that little piece right there, you hit paste. Look, it doesn't have the song link in it. There's no song link. It just transposed what it means. So we're gonna hit the share button, but then we're gonna hit this copy button. So we can't copy it from here up in the address bar. You actually got to copy it from here, and then you can close that, and then you can go ahead and drop it right here. See, now it gives you a link, and then you hit the reply, and that's how you do it. So you have to share the link to get a proper link out there. So that was just for, who was that?
A few people needed that, I think.
Just checking. There, that's all for you, for those guys. So we'll come back. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. What else do we got over here?
Don't forget to put your song in, guys, later. Your final song vote. Put it in there.
So somebody finally posted the actual people that lost their Senate seats, congressional seats. at the time of the stolen election. So I had forgotten some of these. Rogers in Michigan, Wisconsin, which was a bad one. Brown in Nevada, because we lost bad Nevada. Lake, because that's Kerry Lake in Arizona that we lost down there with the whole Arizona Pima County issues that's going down there. We got lost David Perdue in Georgia and Lafayette in Georgia. Those are the two seats, because I was thinking it was Herschel and somebody else, Herschel and Collins, I think, but no, it's Perdue and Loeffler. So those who we all lost that was happening down there in Georgia.
Yep, those are those runoffs that were absolutely stolen.
That's right, the runoffs.
Yep, very, 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 very suspect. We'll say, very suspect.
Here, we'll throw this out here.
Mark Wayne
Mullen.
From Lindell TV, thank you so much for doing this briefing today. Is there any analysis on what went wrong with CISA in 2020 and the premature analysis that it was the most safe and secure election? It's now being revealed that obviously it was not. Will Chris Krebs or anybody that was involved in that premature analysis be held accountable?
Everybody that purposely misled the American people, abused their power and their authority, and decided not to continue doing their job will be held accountable. What does that accountability look like? I don't know. Is it criminal? We'll pursue criminal charges. If it is not criminal, we'll make sure you never work for the federal government again and you never have the ability to have a clearance again.
Ooh, that's interesting. So, yeah, going to pull your clearance. You're going to get fired. And, yeah, if there's federal charges out there and we got evidence of it, yeah, you're going to go to jail. Maybe.
and rightfully so. That's the thing is, these people had people running cover for them for years, right? And so once that is exposed and these people are made an example of, because you're never going to get people to not overstep until you have examples made of people, right? Hey, we'll see how, life in prison or, X amount of years in prison makes the next person think about wanting to do this and cover this stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. What else do we got for you when you want to get into? Wait, make sure I didn't skip one. No, I didn't. D.C. Court has temporarily allowed the U.S. Postal Service to move forward with its proposal for election mail rule requiring states submit voter lists to serialized ballots barcodes before UPS will mail federal ballots, staying the district court's order.
Interesting. With this proposed election mail ballot. I'm loving it.
Wait, where's the other half of that? This guy right here. I think
that.
this is the executive order form it. It might be a little quiet. I'm going to try to crank it up. My side will hear it crank, but not space shots. Let's see.
Massive cheating that's gone on. And so we're going to be signing the executive order. It's, I believe it's foolproof. And maybe it'll be tested, maybe it won't. I think it's very obvious what's said. And I'll ask Will Scharf to start off, attorney, a great talent, brilliant young man. And if you could discuss it, and then I'm going to ask Howard Lutnick to say a few words, and then I'm going to sign it, and we'll take a couple of questions. Okay, thank you.
President, as you said, you have in front of you an executive order that deals with a number of issues relating to election integrity. As you've consistently identified, two of the biggest problems we have with election integrity in this country are, one, inaccurate voter rolls that allow ineligible people to vote in various federal and state elections all over the country. And secondarily, you've consistently identified that vote by mail in this country has become rife with fraud. People returning ballots who aren't eligible to return ballots being sent to people who aren't confirmed to be eligible voters. So what this executive order is going to do is, one, we're going to take federal data. We're going to ensure that each state's election officials are provided with a comprehensive view of who the eligible voters in their jurisdiction actually are, allowing them to properly verify that everybody voting in their elections is legally able to vote. And then it orders the Postmaster General, the U.S. Postal Service, to take bold new measures to verify that ballots both being sent to people are being sent to people who are eligible to vote, and then that ballots being returned are being properly returned by eligible voters only. And we believe that combined, the measures in this executive order will help secure elections in the future and ensure that the many abuses of our election system in the past aren't repeated in future elections.
Right.
That's huge,
yeah.
boys and girls. That's a big one. That's a big one. They move quick, dude. So that court case, so that's on the 17th. Was this on the same day that they got into this? Yeah. Hell yeah. Look at that, bro. Same day, dude. We ain't goofing around. We got the okay from the court case. Pull that executive order out. It's time to start riding. Oh, my God. They're in full panic mode. Full panic mode, folks.
Filed that a day after his little speech there, I see. All right. Nice,
I got to go hit the restroom really quick. Can you give me a quick 30?
You hit the latrine. Certainly. Not a problem. Yeah. So some interesting ones that I will voice it through so the folks on Hulk side can hear it as well. But essentially, a couple of interesting ones because essentially yesterday I was running around doing a bunch of things. AKA essentially a day off. So Wednesday and yesterday was my day off and didn't really get a chance to look at too much stuff. But David showed us news treason on the show last night. Department of War is at it again. CTO, keep trusting, stay focused, carry on, Patriots. That one's at 9:54 a.m. And then when you go over to the 9:54 post, it happens to say boom, boom, boom next week. So not going to date fag on this, but just putting them out as they are. And then another one, Department of War CTO, I call them the gift that keeps on giving because they just keep giving us these gems here. Failure is not an option. No distractions. Stay locked in, Patriot. 202
Stay locked in.
Yeah, would be 1402. And that one says, common theme when bad news is about to break against them. Stay vigilant. God bless the USA. Right? And as we prepare to land, I think this is the second one I've seen in the last couple of weeks that goes to 1402. As we are about to land, please fasten your belt and make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking for my other deal right here. This one.
Some of these people's comments are just so ridiculous.
So, since I didn't want to listen to a 10-minute deal from Mr. Solomon over here, read the bottom right there.
All right. Video evidence of Chinese production of fake ballots in Guangdong province. And
read the very first part on the United States government has what?
Video evidence. We have video evidence of Chinese production of fake ballots in Guangdong province and counterfeit IDs for mail-in voting to aid who? Biden directly. It proves why the FBI recalled and ordered destruction of 2020 intelligence on a CCP plot involving fake driver's licenses shipped to the United States sympathizers. And it links to this, to Christopher Wray signing off on a downgraded intelligence community assessment that minimized Chinese foreign election interference. Citing 2025 declassified documents, the FBI suppressed the Albany field office report one day after Wray testified, denying coordinated voter fraud to avoid contradicting his statements. Ooh, so was that him for sure, or was it somebody under him moving stuff around? I'm not saying he's good. I'm just questioning the burn bag and how they were still there. I think Hulk's muted. Yeah,
I'm coming more to the conclusion that he was playing the part because I still go back to what Trey Gowdy said way back when in 2018, where he said that history will look better on Comey than it will be Brennan. So that tells me that Comey was kind of suckered into it and then had to play the part itself. Whether the rest of these all fall into that, like a Ray. Was he kind of ordered and told to do what he needed to do? And then maybe an underling, somebody high up enough, could hide a lot of these burn bag items because it's not going to be Director Ray that's going to take the burn bag over to the little closet and chuck it in there and lock the door. That's not him. It's going to be somebody underneath him. Hey, grab all this shit and we're going to put it over there in the burn room and burn all that shit. Well, somebody took a copy of it or intermediary between that movement there and rat-holed all that shit in one spot, because Ray never went back and verified that all that stuff was burnt.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that makes a good point, and you never know, right? Could it be, Comey at the end of the day is a good guy? I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows 100% what's going on there, but we do know, the whole thing about he did come out and say, talk about Hillary Clinton's and no reasonable prosecutor, but who knows who's playing what role and who's not playing what role? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Even they could even added that 8647 thing with Comey to add on the extra. He's a bad guy, and I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm just saying it's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there. So a lot of moving parts, and so you have to think, like Hulk was saying, it's either Comey hid something or somebody under the Ray directorship, right? It was the Comey directorship or the Ray directorship that had moved these things, and they were saying that it was like a hidden room inside a skiff, and I'm thinking, like, how big are these friggin' rooms, right? And yeah, nobody verified that the actual information went bye-bye. So it's like, if it was something that big, Hulk, I would make damn sure myself that, yeah, it was all gone. I wouldn't, that would be giving me sleepless nights if I said, yeah, hey, go burn these, make sure they're burnt, but you didn't verify it for yourself,
I just keep thinking in the back of my head, because, you put your stuff in a burn room and keep it safe or secure and, kind of forget about it. Kind of like, when's the last time you saw the bottom of your closet? That carpet in the bottom with all the stuff on top of it? Yeah. And see what I'm saying?
Oh, I've done some closet cleaning out in the last year too. But while I got the mic here, let me thank Sparkle Truth for dropping a $17 Rumble rant over here. It says, thank you. We the people know the truths. That's it, and we just need to help wake up the other morons that are brainwashed, which is coming. It definitely is coming.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going down there. I might as well read the Olive Garden.
I know, dude. What's up with the Olive Garden getting posty today? No, the never-ending pasta pass is only for use by the pass holder whose name is printed on the pass. Passes are personalized and non-transferable. Pass holders must present a valid photo ID along with the pass at the time of the ordering. Dude, that sounds pretty racist to me. African Americans
like got a lot of fraud.
African Americans don't know how to use the internet. They don't even know where to find the DMV. How are they going to get a photo ID to get their food at? You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm very much kidding. But states where you need valid photo ID to vote. Okay, just some middle ones there. States where you need valid photo ID for the Olive Garden never-ending pasta pass.
Yes, I'm going to drop this in chat for everybody. You're more than welcome to take this. Go right over to Facebook and just pop that in there for everybody.
So racist.
If you still use it. Let's go around the horn for that. Oh, that was just too good.
Dude,
I think we really should be putting Olive Garden in charge of our elections. I'm just saying.
Let's see. Safety first. Wheezy says, I love Olive Garden, but I've not been in for over a year. My son likes the tour of Italy, but he gets the no chicken and extra fettuccine. So that tour of Italy gives you lasagna, chicken parm, and pasta fettuccine. And he always says, no, I don't want the chicken. Just give me extra pasta. And I like the chicken and shrimp. I think it's carbonara. But it's chicken and shrimp with pasta. It's very good, and those rolls are so good. But I've been a good boy. I haven't had that in a very long time.
You haven't had bread in a while?
I mean, dude, I've been eating naan bread, N-A-A-N, not N-O-N bread, but naan, N-A-A-N, or tortilla stuff. But yeah, bread's like one of the worst things, dude. I haven't had chips and bread in a long time. Those are things that are just, and whether you eat whole wheat or not, it doesn't really matter. I don't think people understand that, because a lot of people will say, well, I'll eat whole wheat bread, because why? Well, white bread, what does it do? It makes your blood essentially dump sugar into your body when you start eating white bread. Well, guess what happens when you eat whole wheat bread? Same damn thing. So, you know, it might taste a little bit better. But dude, how about all right? I got one.
Wait! I got to make a joke about just on the way you were saying your bread really quick. Coworker, go to lunch, over to Subway, $5 footlongs when those were a thing back then. He's my Mexican friend out there. He goes and orders her his food, and she asked, you know, what type of bread would you like that on? And he's like, I want that on the wheat bread. And the guy's like, what? And he's all weed. And he looks at the guy looks at me and he's all, what is he saying? I said, wheat bread.
I want to get the wheat bread.
Say it.
I need a wheat
I want to get
bread.
the wheat bread.
A wheat bread. Where's the best bread that you've had at a restaurant outside of your house? I have to say, for me, I really enjoyed being the key word. Longhorn honey wheat bread that they give you is like so good. So tease me with your favorite bread rolls or bread from any place. You got any good ones that you know?
No, I mean, most of my shit I do at home. You ever toast your bread with like the mayonnaise on there and fry it, or do butter and fry it, make it into a sandwich? You get that nice crusty stuff on the outside. Oh, it's so good. I was making tri-tip sandwiches the other day with ciabatta bread. Oh, it was so good.
I do like burnt cheese.
I like carcinogens.
I like burnt cheese. It's good. I make my own bread. HB thy name says thy name. I make my own, but that's kind of a process. Eric Q. Freeman says I want weed bread.
Me too. Just one quick comment on the whole China situation out there. Donald Trump, we bring this back out and dust this bad boy off.
We need independence.
Yep. And what's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Wait, one more time at the end. One more time.
Okay, we'll go back to it.
Think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole. China is asshole.
Asshole. I agree with him 100%. That was before Hong Kong got taken over by the communist China, and nobody stepped in and stopped them. Yeah, remember all those protests?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see those guys anymore. What else do we get? Hey, we might as well go into the debanking side of the Banking Act that Treasury Scott Bassett has set out the guidelines for legal immigrants and the banking system. And it's going to get ugly here in a little bit, guys.
We've begun the process of identifying the firms, the contractors that are engaged in this criminal activity, and you're going to begin to see a very severe crackdown. The early reports I've gotten on that are very promising. And then we also have begun in earnest implementing our banking integrity measures. So you may remember President Trump signed an executive order a few weeks ago saying that we are not going to allow illegal aliens to use banking services in this country. You know, contrary to popular perception, the stupid phrase about illegal aliens living in the shadows. Illegal aliens don't live in the shadows. Illegal aliens have credit cards, they have bank accounts, and they're paid with direct deposit. So illegal aliens fully participate in the commercial systems, the financial systems of America. Shutting that down is a massive engine for deportation. And so the Treasury Department just issued new guidance to financial institutions, to banks. And so the next step in this process is us meeting individually with banks and financial institutions on cooperating with us to remove illegal aliens from the banking system. Once illegal aliens lose their access to capital, that is going to, again, be a major driver of self-deportation.
So just as the start, as they get rolling here, it is something that is common. And I've told this story about my Mexican coworker who's a legalized green card holder here at this point. I worked with them for like 20 years. So way back when, legal immigrant coming to the United States, he could rent a house, had bills. He could have a bank account. He got a bank loan. He got DMV registration for his vehicle when he bought it brand new off the dealership lot without a California driver's license, only had an ID the entire time, and got insurance on that. Had all those things without actually having American citizenship and a driver's license here in California.
The American dream.
Just think about that for a second. It's crazy that he could have access to all that. I mean, technically, he could have made up his Mexican identity and lied to the banks and everybody. How are you going to prove it? He's got a little town, you know, they're born in the on the dirt lot on the farm. What type of you need a birth certificate? We don't have that, sorry. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, it's because they allowed this stuff to happen for so long. They looked the other way, and not only were they doing that, looking the other way, but they were welcoming it and trying to use these people to help them stay into power.
Yep. Just more steps. I, for one, would love to know how much taxpayers paid Deloitte between 2021 and 2025 to maintain the electronic database for Jack Smith and the DOJ's entire January investigation into at least 1,600 individuals. How much do you think they paid for all that data retention there, just to keep this thing running up there? I just thought that
4
was
years.
absolutely crazy.
Millions.
That's like active investigations as they going through. That's a lot of information, guys. Video evidence and all that.
Talking millions and millions and millions of dollars over 4 years, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, let's go check in with LA here really quick here. LA Council Controller Kenneth, whatever his last name is, another China guy, endorses ramen for mayor. Remember that I was talking about her the other day that says she disappeared and I've never seen her again since the election? And look, poof, she shows back up over here on the internet, and that's this guy goes, scum endorse scum. That's pretty much all the same thing. So I agree with that. So she poked her head back up out of that rock she's been hiding underneath because elections are coming. I think it's in August they're going to do some more of the or November, sorry. Because August is primary month for some of the other states.
They're going to try to actually win for her?
Yeah, probably keep Karen Bass in there. My best guess there. So back to our China thing. I should have kept this in with China. Asshole! Interview Mike Rowe and then the person that's representing what's bad about the Communist Party.
Americans do not understand China, do not understand communism. I lived in the commune. I lived through the Cultural Revolution. The American communists, they're not in total control yet. They're in the process of seizing power.
You're warning people that the things you saw in the 60s and 70s in China were happening right here in our country, right under our nose.
I have this obligation to tell American people.
You ever lean back on your chair a little too far? You feel like you're going to go back? When you start to fall, but you haven't hit the floor yet.
We're there at the tipping point.
But is it too late?
I think we fell off the cliff already. We are looking for a soft landing. 2020 is absolutely the turning point. This is not the America that I remember coming here. Reason out of the window, and they demand that you comply. And that's communist. Oh my God, that reminds me of communist China so much. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it.
The question becomes, what do you do when you find out? Once the scales fall from your eyes,
I know.
You're the ostrich. You got your head out of the sand. Now what?
That's how you wake them up. You don't just pat them. You
say, come here.
Yeah.
Give him a smack.
I'm so grateful that I'm here. I will do everything I can to save this country.
What's the big lesson to this country right now in 2026?
You have to go watch the rest of the video for that, but I just wanted to throw that out there about the CCP experience out there. And these people are doing these Democrat Socialists of America crap is this communism idea is what they're buying into. Capitalism is bad.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible, Capitalism. I mean, you've seen that video, I'm sure, that Caleb Hammer guy asking the liberal girl about capitalism and this, that, and the other. And she's like, I just can't stand capitalism. And I want socialism to work. He's like, all right, cool. Show me what country has it worked good in? She's like, yeah, but, capitalism. And he's like, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, capitalism's bad. Where's socialism good? And she just kept going back to the well.
Which socialism model do you want to go with? Pick a country. Which one do you think worked? Let's go with that one. And she's like, what do you mean? Stalin? Do you want to go with Mao or China, Russia? Which version would you like to take?
Yeah,
and she couldn't give an answer.
She kept defaulting back to Capitalism. He's like, no, yeah, capitalism bad. I agree. What's the good socialist? Idiots. But no, I just don't want what they're doing here now.
I laughed when he says, you have to answer that question. If you don't answer the question, I'm ending the podcast and it's over. She dances around that. A little note from Mr. Trump over here dropping a story about Barron. I didn't listen to it yet, talking about soccer, so I figured I'd play with all you guys all at the same time.
I love sports. I have my children love soccer. My one son, my very tall son, Barron loves soccer. He's a good soccer player. He may, I don't know, his speed might, he's very tall. I don't know. I said, when some guy gets by you from Spain, from Argentina, from France, Barron, what happens? From England, what happens, Barron? He said, Dad, I'm a very good ball handler. I said, but Barron, if he's faster, what do you do about it? Dad, he'll never get by me. I said, but when he does, and he didn't want to answer that question. So speed, I think, is quite important in this sport. Do you agree? Oh, yes. But he has good skills, actually. But he helped, Johnny helped sports. I
just thought that was entertaining. Him talking about his son, making little stories and whatnot there.
It's true, dude. I mean, he's almost 7 feet tall. And
I got to hit the restroom again.
No, you're good. I mean, you can't show me one athlete over... 6'7" that's really fast. What was Usain Bolt's height? I think he was like 6'3", 6'4". Usain Bolt height. What was he? Fastest guy in the world, 6'5". Once you start getting taller than that, like 6'6", 6'7", and maybe even that too, they say you start having back problems, but one would think, well, hey, I got very long legs. I can have nice long strides, but it's generally not the case. So, yeah, I don't think he would be the best elite soccer player. Yeah, FIFA, going against a Messi or a Ronaldo or something like that. Nah, you're not going to. But I'm wondering how tall he is now. It's like, has he hit 7 feet yet? Because he was, what was he at last height? 6'7" or 6'9"? I don't even want to say 6'7". Let's see. Barron Trump.
All right,
height.
I'm back.
What was the last known height of this guy? 6'9", dude. Jeez.
Damn. Doesn't fit in a freaking...
How tall? 6'9". This is what Yahoo is saying anyways today. Turns 20. How tall is he? While he might be the youngest child, he's also happens to be the tallest in the family. And no, he's not. Those two numbers I'm not saying next to each other. But yeah, 6'9". That's crazy. What do they say? Time travel makes you taller?
Give me a second.
Hey, you're good, dude. Google shows he is 6'9". However, during his May 24 graduation from Oxbridge Academy, he was reported 6'7". While most men stop growing after puberty around the age of 18, some may continue to grow into their 20s, which I'll also remind you guys and gals out there of a basketball player named the Admiral, David Robinson. I'm pretty sure he went from like 6'4" to like 7'1" in the Air Force Academy or the Naval Academy. I forgot which one he was in, but he was in one of the military academies.
Oh yeah.
He went from like 6'4" to 7'1" when he was like 19.
All right, here we go. All right, back in spot. What else do we got? We got that going on there. Oh, that's the one we just called. That was him. Oh yeah,
dude.
You heard about the Taco Bell issues that they're running into, right? Or no?
I'm trying to make poopy sounds into my thing, but the NVIDIA thing's not letting them catch up. No.
So the real question I have is about this whole situation. If you think about it, is how do I know if I have regular Taco Bell diarrhea or parasite Taco Bell diarrhea?
It's a close call, dude. I don't know. Is there any indicators?
I'm just trying to make sense of it. I mean, I don't know how to tell. But yeah, a lot of people got sick out there. And I had to make fun of it.
Dude, I can imagine their stock's probably taking a hit in their pants.
It's a supplier of lettuce that they found that supplies a whole bunch of grocery stores and also Taco Bell. And the other interesting thing is there was in California, you know, those little kids splash pads, you know, that you go take the kid in, it's soft floor and water comes out of the ground, those types of things. You ever seen those, Mr. Space Shot splash pads?
Yeah.
So anyways, they find out that 6 kids under 4 all got this particular disease they're talking about, this virus or whatever, into their body from the splash pad. The kids did. Yeah. They didn't even eat lettuce or Taco Bell. The only association is they all went to this because now they're figuring out, I told you guys a while ago that you can't even kill it with chlorine. Yeah,
Really?
So it's in waters and pools and shit like that. You can't even power wash it with a commercial washing lettuce machine, something or other. It doesn't get all of it off. You can't clean it all. It will die after about 2 or 3 weeks living in the sun, but they actually said it has to live on the ground for like a week or two just to like incubate where it's actually going to become a parasite where it's going to infect you and make you sick.
That is gross, dude. And their stock was at 167 July 7th. It's down to 147 right now from Yum Companies.
What do you think of this new souvenir bowl for Taco Bell?
Hey, it's kind of like the movie theaters do with their little souvenir bowl. Hey, you can eat and then you can go drop a deuce in it right when you're done. There
was actually a restaurant I used to go to as a kid, and it was called Bobby McGee's in Southern California. And they're great little family restaurant style type of things, but their novelty thing is they had special cups. And one of the cups was the toilet. Look, just like this without the silver handle on it. Another one was like a boot and some other things. I can't remember exactly what they did, but they gave them away as you ordered your special drinks. Yeah, you could actually drink out of a toilet at the restaurant at the table.
Are you kidding me, dude? That is great. Oh, dude, actually, before you go anywhere, see my stream on the bottom right there where it says plus 342? Never before today have I seen that number even above 100. So something's weird.
Yeah, you showed
on
back
Twitter.
up.
Well, I started streaming again today because I'm like, I wanted to test it to see, like, whenever it lists this, you and Tron always have hundreds more than me on there.
Yeah, you guys don't like me. You didn't come over to my channel. Look at that. I don't have all the people watching me.
Maybe they unlocked it, dude. I don't know. I mean,
Vita 451, Bobby McGee's is where we went to eat for prom. Yeah, we should go there. I remember me and my family got kicked out because my dad and his friend got drunk and they started a food fight inside the restaurant in the little room where there's maybe 15, 20 tables at. Everybody in the room was throwing food. I was like maybe 8. They got kicked out. We didn't have to pay the bill, but an entire room full of people throwing plates of food across the room. Yes, the 80s was great.
The 80s.
Let's keep going. What else do we got here? We could skip that crazy person for right now. Yeah. So how would you like to open up your Amazon Web Service support deal and go look at your account and look at those numbers? You're like, how much is my monthly bill going to be this month?
That's billions.
It's only up 744% billion or whatever.
Dude, now who's that for?
This is for Amazon Web Services, the big clouding supply deal. So it's Amazon. You go rent cloud service and put your internet on there and people go see your internet stuff. And then you go look at that to go see how your business is doing for the month. And you're like, oh, I have to pay my web service bill for the stuff that I'm hosting online. And why is it $1.5 trillion? That's all for a month. That's considerably a lot here. Would you like to read that for everybody?
Typo alert. Imagine somebody paid it. Yeah, like literally nobody has the money to pay that. Typo alert. Some customers saw $250 Amazon Web Service billing estimates today. Slight miscalculation on our end. Very slight. Haha. We're fixing it now. No action needed on your end. Sorry for the confusion. Real question. What will you do with those trillions instead?
That was great. He gets one of those. We like entertainment.
Dude, look at these stupid people talking about a chess tournament. Me and my brother missed a chess tournament because of this. Like, oh God.
Update on AI over here. China came out with this new Kimi AI over here. It is probably one of the best models on the planet for this particular week here, beating out the rest of those guys out there. And it's basically really, really cheap to run. So it says the CEO of Anthropic watching as China launches its new AI model that surpasses Claude Opus 4.8 in everything and matches Fable 5 while costing 8 times less, which on top of that is 100% open source. So the cost of power is 8 times less. So you could pay $1.40 for a particular token to run it per minute or per second or whatever, and theirs is like 30 cents. So this ain't turning out very good for these AI companies because obviously they've built a lot of infrastructure. They've modeled a lot of things. They produce these new AI models for the rest of the world to do. So they're doing a lot of the legwork. And then China comes over and just takes it, copies it, and then makes it more efficient and then puts it back out. So now these rest of these companies, they can't compete with this. We can't keep the cost of AI so high when the next model that somebody else released is dropping the price so low, it's almost dirt cheap. And, this is what's going to kill a lot of these AI market groups out there when they can't compete with the competition, because this should get cheaper as we go, because compute and the rest of those things to get the job done is being done faster. That's what China's doing. They're making it cheaper to use. What are we doing? We're making it faster and more expensive.
How much does Kimi cost? Do we know? Kimi.
It's free.
Really?
It's free. Right now, you can go use it. Right now, do a whole bunch of stuff like heavy Gork AI stuff, all that. Just go use it as much as you want. They're recording everything that you do over there at Kimi.com. So I have chosen not to use it. But the modeling is actually great. And Mr. Elon came out and said impressive because it beats his models.
Wow. Which they're stealing all of our stuff to make theirs, right?
They call it exfiltration. They basically ask the AI models a whole bunch of questions to get the answers, and then compile those answers into a new model. They just do it, millions and billions of times.
I'm getting...
we might as well get into this really quick. I thought this was interesting.
whistleblowers on the inside saying that they're taking all that waste and they're just running it down into the sewers. They're wanting to go to more closed cooling systems, and in those closed cooling systems, you still are going to be using chemicals. There's no regulations about every 2 years when you have to clean out a cooling closed system, where you're going to throw all of those chemicals. My dad's a mechanical engineer, and he used to always tell me, remember this, Aaron, the solution to pollution is not dilution. And I often wonder if that's what they think. Taking polluted water and running it through a system and dumping it into a river and it flows downstream that will have a natural dilution would resolve the issue. And it's not. Even if with the closed cooling system, that water that's recycling in there, eventually they have to clean those systems. They have to release that water. And are there any regulations to look at what chemicals aren't in that water before we release it into the environment and just create another pollution issue? Right now, it's a free-for-all out.
So yeah, all that water running down in there and all the cleanup, because I had forgotten about the closed loop chemical systems that need to be cleaned out too. And obviously we heard about Mark Zuckerberg's data, or is it Bill Gates? One of those two had a data center that was leaching water back into the system and making a bunch of people sick with a particular bug inside the water that was coming out of the data center itself.
Yeah, I don't like it too, and I've voiced my displeasure with all these data centers, because it seems like that's all a lot of these companies are focused on, is making the data centers and then the power and then the water. I guess, like you said, they're doing closed loop now, where they're not going to have all the extra I think they're still using a lot of water. Don't get me wrong, but they're not going to be using as much as they were. But it's still a lot of water. But
I would also like to remind everybody that the almonds in California use 5 times the amount of water than all the data centers inside the United States right now.
Yep. Huge amount.
Just to put it in perspective. That's just for almonds, which those people in California own. I can't remember the name of the California group out there, that guy.
A couple of little good movie clips on that where Dennis Quaid, I think, is the guy who owns the almond almond business.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's a couple of good clips on YouTube where they talk about just that specific part of how much money they make and how much water it actually costs to use, and the fact that they actually turned it off, the water for other citizens, so they could water their almonds before regular citizens were getting water as well at a certain period of time.
Ting Pope asks, I thought Kimmy was made in China. Yes, but their data that they base it on was produced out of American models. So they basically asked as many questions as they possibly could to get every answer out of the model itself, and then compiled those answers into a new model. So it's basically copying what the original one is thinking. It's not exact copy, but they can make it more efficient at that point, is what they've done. What else do we got? Oh yeah, this one's for you. Just think about this in 10 years, bro.
Is this real?
Yes. It's not AI.
So they can just get up again.
Yep. Just look how fast they are. I saw one of these fights where like it kicked the actual head off. Like it broke the head. It started getting loose and shit like that. And then like later it's like totally kicked it off and it was punching and all that. So yeah, they've already got fighting robots over there, and it's only getting faster in the last couple of months, dude.
They need to put like skin on them, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, so they can add like cuts and bones that can break and stuff like that. And that'd be cool if you could temper them kind of more like a human to like where they could be broken, because like you said, unless they knock the head off the thing, it's like thing just gets jumping spin kicked. Well, I mean, dude, look at the very beginning. The dude, that one in the white, apparently all it's programmed to do is
the white one even kicked off the black heads clean off in a spinning high kick. Did I even see that?
I didn't see it. He missed.
Oh, it's floppy. See, yeah, this is the clip. This is the floppy one.
Boom.
See?
And this one in the white keeps doing the same thing. He keeps doing this jumping roundhouse spin kick. two times. He's like, all right, you know what? I think he won't. No, this one's coming. Jumping roundhouse spin kick again. 3 of the same punches or kicks in a row. How about this one?
See, the head's all loose, flopping around.
Oh yeah, he's got a broken neck. That is pretty badass, though. I mean, what's gonna be next?
Terminators, you're coming in. Naked Arnold Schwarzenegger walking in the door. Take off your clothes.
I'm thinking of the worst thing that could happen, dude. Like, say one of those things punches and like, oh, I put a little rip in the fence, and then just continues and walks and sees the next human that looks like, you know, a bipod, and just starts cranking on one of the people in the stands. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would be so close to these things. Yeah, maybe they got like an EMP rod to like just zap it down.
AI, it's fine. There's no issues. Don't no, it's gonna be fine. Elon Musk says that we don't have to save for retirement anyways because we're gonna be dead.
we won't need money.
We won't need money because we'll be Earth food, worm food. All right, next story over here. Well, in the midst of us bombing Iran, Iran decided to blow the shit out of Kuwait in a couple of key points. And reports from, I can't even remember his name off the top of my head, is there are 14 dead U.S. service members in these attacks that were happening last night about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock my time as I was checking into some of these things. So they were running full attack mode. Did I actually have a video? They're even attacking up in the Kurdish region, northern Iraq, Kuwait, Jordan. just big explosions is what it comes down to. And I don't know how much of the detail I actually wanted to go into. But that's when I did hear that, wish I could remember that commander's name, the old kind of gray guy, ex-general dude. I can't remember his name. He's always on there. He had mentioned that 14 members have died.
Oh, no.
He's retired now, but he posts on the internet a lot. McGregor or Krager. I can't remember.
McGregor.
What's his name? Is it McGregor? Or doesn't sound right to me.
No, it's not. Is it Colonel McGregor? No, I know it's Colonel Manus. I know there's one. Douglas McGregor.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it is. Oh, shit. Hungary's president agrees to stand down after Parliament backs removal. So, yeah, Viktor Orban's out. They had a new Hungary president, and he just stepped down an hour ago. I don't know. I just happened to look over at Twitter, and I just caught my eye on that. So, just throwing that out there for everybody. Oh, wow. You want to read any of this stuff? Go through this, give an update?
Yes.
This was an update from the 17th. So this is yesterday. Doesn't give me a time.
Let me also thank, and I don't think I'm about to type it into the chat, and I don't see that he's in there, so I'll text him later. But thank you to News Treason for gifting out 10 subs to the channel. I do appreciate that, and always have a blast on the call-in shows. Hip hip hooray!
You guys rock. Appreciate it. Make sure you're still smashing the thumbs up button and leave a comment in the video. Live chat.
Yes, sir. U.S. forces conduct a 7th consecutive day of strikes against Iran on Friday. U.S. Central Com posted on X. Quote, the strikes are designed to continue degrading Iranian military capabilities at the commander-in-chief's direction. Trump's telling them what to do? That's how it works. Yeah. The U.S. struck Iranian, quote, surveillance sites, military logistics infrastructure, underground weapons storage, and maritime capabilities. Friday's strikes followed a 7-hour operation Thursday night in which U.S. forces struck dozens of Iranian military targets, including coastal surveillance and air defense sites, military logistics infrastructure, and maritime capabilities, a CENTCOM statement said. U.S. CENTCOM confirmed in an X post on Friday that forces had destroyed a surveillance tower at Iran's Chabahar Porton on Thursday and added video of the strikes. American forces remain vigilant.
Knocked it over.
Is that the tower we were talking about before?
Yep, they knocked it over.
Nice. It says American forces remain vigilant as the U.S. strictly enforces the naval blockade against Iran. The American naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz resumed Tuesday, and U.S. forces have redirected at least 4 commercial vessels, disabled one, boarded another, according to CENTCOM, which oversees U.S. military activity in the Middle East. An interim peace deal reached last month has repeatedly been tested by attacks. Talks to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz, halt Tehran's nuclear program, and reach a permanent end to the war that started February 28th are on hold. Nice.
So they hit a bunch of bridges and plants, rail connectors, stuff like that. They're already digging out all the bunker stuff because that's what they do every time at any one of those entrances in their big mountain complex gets smacked. All they do is just break out the bulldozers and dig another hole, and they're back out within a day or so. So it's not a real big deal for those things. But surface level targets, there's pretty much not much to actually hit, but they did come out and attack the other Gulf Coast out there, and everybody else is pretty much pissed off. So they've dropped a lot of ammunitions over there. But again, Iran doesn't need to be all that accurate. They just need to hit the numbers and just get a lucky strike. So that's what we get out from the announcement.
Yes.
Did I have a picture of it? This thing right there. Kuwait's given a notice to basically prepare for an attack as they see some of that stuff. So again, war's still going on. We're still shipping stuff over there.
They've been going back and forth with Iran. Essentially, that's one of their main back and forths is Kuwait for sure, because they're right there.
Yeah, this is Iran state media claims these are photos of the alleged U.S. attack on a desalinization plant in southern Iran, blowing their infrastructure up, but they hit one in Kuwait. So America's like, we're going to hit some of yours too then. Most of these Gulf coasts get water from the desalinization. Like Kuwait is like 90% from the desalinization plants. So this could raise issues. But I think that's my war coverage, as much as I want to get into.
My war coverage.
Oh, wait, I got one more for you. Indian Prime Minister Modi makes this announcement. Would you like to read that for everybody?
Yes. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We will make cleanliness our habit. Cleanliness will become our culture. We will make cleanliness a part of our everyday lives, where we will not be pooping in the streets wherever you like.
Hindus believe drinking
that's to get a minute.
Water from the Ganges brings fortune, while immersing oneself or one's belongings brings purity. Those that practice these rituals may become spiritually clean, but the pollution of the water afflicts thousands with diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, and even typhoid each year. Though the sacred waters are linked to spiritual purity, the Ganges is one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Nearly 80% of the sewage dumped into the river is untreated, and the amount of human fecal matter is more than 300 times the limit set by India's Central Pollution Control Board. This is in addition to the toxic waste caused by dumping of insecticides, pesticides, and metals, and industrial pollutants. These dangerous levels of pollution do little to deter religious practice from the sacred river.
So I was watching this one YouTuber video, it was a week ago, about India. They're over here in the Ganges River and seeing the culture and the poop water and all those sort of things, and they're trying to stay safe. And there's a point in the video where they're showing a ceremony of what I consider a death ceremony, where they have an elder bring him down to the river. Person has been dead for weeks or whatever, and they're going to unwrap this body, bring it down to the water, wash its hair, wash its feet, and then burn it in the pile with the rest of the bodies right next to the river. And then all that stuff just goes right into the water.
It's literally making me queasy having watched that video, dude. It's like they all come out and like, oh yeah, we're gonna get all nice and clean. I mean, dude, did you play it maybe last week or the week before, like a video about the woman talking about where they poop, like in the rural areas versus the city areas, and basically how essentially India poop wherever they want on the streets and stuff like that. So I mean, that is just, it is so disgusting. Like, people think parts of California are bad, where they have the poop on the maps there, and I don't know if that's a current thing or not. Is that still current, Hulk?
They still poop, but they're no longer tracking said poop.
I mean,
the homeless are still there.
That's just nasty.
It's the occupoos.
the occupooers. And I got a couple dollar hollers from G Fonts, our resident encyclopedia. Colonel Douglas McGregor, Army retired, was specifically called upon from his co-owned Pentagon contract firm by former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld to help plan the U.S. invasion of Iraq in the summer of 2001, pre-9/11. Says McGregor also, interestingly, was made the Assistant Secretary of Defense for a short time in the Trump administration from November of 2020 to the end of the administration in 21. Why?
Yeah, remember he was the one at the Christmas party at the White House. I was talking about the election, I think, wasn't it? The China brought boats and all that. Remember that video of him talking about that?
I don't.
Inside the White House?
Let me see. Pressure to remove.
Do I have a... I just remember that because it's a Christmas tree in his background. He's talking about it.
I'd have to look at that one. Assistant Secretary of Defense.
Do you guys remember that? Him talking about that on Christmas time around there?
Okay. So
Luigi 77 said homemade chocolate bars. What?
For some clarity, he was the senior advisor to the United States Secretary of Defense, Mr. Fonts, from November 20 to January of 21. That's the National Archives telling me that.
Hey, NPC, thank you for the raid over there on Pilled.
What's up, dudes? Colonel
We're hanging
Douglas
out, having fun.
McGregor to be ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the United States of America to the Federal Republic of Germany. Dude, I don't even know what the hell that word means. Plenipotentiary? The hell? What the hell does that even mean? Anybody even seen this word before?
Don't use big words.
Right? You keep using big words I don't understand. I take it as a sign of disrespect.
What movie is that from?
I don't know. I think it was Kevin Hart was saying it. Watch your mouth. Let's see. But yeah, what is that, dude? Plenipotentiary of the United States of America to the Federal Republic of Germany. I got to look up that word, dude. It's just going to bug me all day if I don't look it up.
Should I go next story or what?
Yeah, it's a diplomatic agent or representative who is fully authorized by their government to negotiate, act, and send binding agreements such as treaties on its behalf. So full, plenus, and powerful potens. That's interesting. Something I did not know. But thank you for the dollar hollers there, Mr. Fonts, and everybody that's gifted over subscriptions there. Durango Nibru to myself and Mr. Hulkanator, Sparkle Truth for the rant earlier, and News Treason as well for the 10 subs. What do we got here? Duffy, crushing it.
History is in the making as whatever shipyard with the christening of the Lone Star Stage world-class training ship headed to Texas A&M College to help restore our maritime dominance. So they are producing new ships that are set up just for the colleges to train on what it's like to be life on a ship and military men and those types of things. Let's get pretty big, damn big winches up here in the front and the chain. So when they're definitely talking about training, I mean, the ship itself is not all that huge. I'm sure we get details on it. But I think they oversize and emphasize a lot of the parts on there to make them bigger. So when the people do go to the bigger ships, they're familiar working on machinery that could kill you very easily and smash the shit out of you.
Lone Star State. What are they calling it? Lone Star State Training. Training ship. Let's see. 524-foot national security multiple. Apparently it came from the. Is this it right here? I'm dropping you a link and I'll verify that it's correct here. But did it come from Texas A&M?
Going to Texas A&M for training.
Oh, okay.
Headed to Texas A&M Maritime College to help restore our maritime dominance.
Hell yeah. She whacked that thing. He made sure that thing didn't bounce off, too. She hit it with some force. It does say 524-foot national security multi-mission vessel built by Hanwha Philly Shipyard in Philadelphia and assigned to Texas A&M Maritime Academy.
Oh, so they're accepting it in Texas then. So this is where the ship will be stored.
Study. We've done 6.
How did that get in there?
It'll house
what is it?
600
It is a
cadets.
524 to 525 a foot national security multi-vessel built in Philly, like you said, for $390 million, designed as a dual-use training ship for up to 600 cadets and federal assets for humanitarian assets and disaster relief. It replaces the aging TS General Rudder at Texas A&M Maritime Academy in Galveston, featuring a full training bridge, instruction space, modern diesel electric propulsion, and advanced technology to address the shortcomings of qualified U.S. mariners. That was the christening on the 17th, folks. There's that damn number again.
Of course it was, dude. You didn't think it was going to be any other date, did you?
Yeah, exactly. What else do we got here? Oh, shit. I didn't get to go find the other side of this particular video here. But I found a video here where California, in Southern California, I can't remember if it was actually LA, but they were taking a garbage truck and they were going around and crushing the food trucks because obviously these ones don't have licenses and, obviously they're not up into health suspector, the whole thing. So they just brought a basic trash truck, couple of cops, city workers, and they just started crushing hundreds of these things. This is about 3 or 4 days ago. And then
I ran
by this. I was like, what? Wait, what? I just remember you guys have a garbage truck tearing all these people's shit up, and
LA County is set to give away free food carts to vendors as part of a sidewalk vending program. County leaders announced yesterday an additional $250,000 investment. Nearly 200 health code compliant food carts are going to be distributed. The county says the program helps vendors meet permitting and health requirements and transition to formal business operations. Participating vendors could also qualify for permit subsidies, home kitchen programs, and grants to help them meet permitting requirements.
Oh, yeah. Sorry that we went ahead and crushed all the bad ones. And then we set out the rules. But you can go for a grant to get yourself a new food cart.
Well, think about what they're doing, right? Like,
it was funny because the lady was crying. She was screaming, "They're taking my food cart. They didn't give me any warnings or anything. They just threw all my stuff away right in the dumpster." And like the big trash truck is just crushing everything. It's like, yay.
Well, and I don't know about the food trucks or whatever, but it seems to me like they're crushing these. And then, like you said, in the story, they're going to be giving out new ones and then grants and stuff. So it seems that they just don't want like a Wild West out there. And they want to make sure the people that are selling stuff out there are permitted. And what's the most important thing for them? That they're kicking up the VIG, right? To the mobs, to the mobsters on the block, which, of course, in this case, I mean the government of California, right? Like, they got to kick up, just like the mob does, right? Like, you got the guys working on the streets, they got to kick up to their underboss, and that guy's got to kick up to their underboss. Same thing in the state with businesses. You got to kick up to the state. That's all they care about is their tax revenue.
Hey, would you blow me? Rumble
Maybe
ran
later.
for $2. Mounts that post about making the Super Bowl look like the puppy show and the World Cup finals, which Trump is going to be at today. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't watched any of the games. I didn't want to spend the $20 to watch soccer. Seen some of the highlights out there. We're not in it. So the final is today.
No, thank you. World Cup. Oh, and I was saying yesterday too, I'm like, they were mentioning because it's in New Jersey and that, a lot of people are complaining about smoke and inhalation and stuff, that they were mentioning perhaps moving the location of the finals. And I'm like, damn, I hope they don't move it to Baltimore. I'll start being concerned if they move it to Baltimore. Just let it be known. And if anybody's wondering why, there's a certain movie. Yeah, there's a certain movie that what's that movie called? The Jack Ryan movie there.
The Sum of All Fears.
That's it. That was where it was. And that movie was in Baltimore, but I think they'll like Hulk said, I think they'll be keeping it at I think it's Rutherford, New Jersey, or New Jersey in general, wherever that final is.
If I'm looking for something, let's see if it shows up.
What are you selling there? Is that spaghetti in that bag? What is that bag right there? That's spaghetti?
I think it's onions.
Oh, okay.
Do a lot of fruit carts, taco mix, those types of things out there. So some of them are nasty. I kind of stay away from them. It's kind of trying to eat sushi at the gas station.
Oh, they got the best. They always got the best sushi.
Oh, might as well take a stop right here, dude, because this actually happened. And of course, the left is the story that they pick up on.
Breaking news in Aurora right now. We just learned that police arrested a man in connection to a shooting outside of an ICE facility. This is a story we've been following all throughout the day. This is a look at the suspect here. They detained 42-year-old Brandon Booth. He is an employee for the Geo Group. Your reporter Michael Abatha is on this story for us, and we'll have more information on CBS Colorado tonight.
So third-party contractor shoots at protesters outside the ICE detention in Colorado. I don't know if he was accosted or if he was afraid for his life. I don't know any other details on that, but just to kind of throw that out there. So not a direct ICE employee, but an employee for the building itself. They're contracted to run it.
I'm looking that up as we speak right now. The Geo Group, Colorado?
Yeah.
The Geo Group. So as soon as I search that, what comes up is Aurora Ice Processing Center, Aurora, Colorado. The Geo Group official website, committing to providing leading evidence-based rehabilitation programs to individuals while in custody and post-release into the community.
Colorado ICE detention center allegedly shot at female protester in the lower body with his personal handgun after a verbal confrontation involving protesters photographing employees' vehicles. The woman sustained non-life-threatening injury. Booth was arrested by nearby on charges including attempted second-degree murder, first-degree assault, felony, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they charged him. So, yeah, he shot some chick with the camera walking around filming people. So probably a little bit over the line, but I don't know if he's in the parking lot feeling accosted or anything like that. But, yeah, she's the one that got shot.
Yeah, and what are they doing? They're putting so the people there that are resisting or whatever. If you want to protest, that's one thing, right? But if you're starting to get physical, that's a different thing. If you're starting to take pictures of ICE vehicles, like their personal vehicles, so you can dox them, that becomes their lives are now in danger, right? Because what are they going to do with that information? They're going to share it amongst there. And we already had that other woman. Did you hear about the woman who essentially let everybody know about the ICE agent that lived in her neighborhood? And she's going to be doing a few years at least. So yeah, she was basically out there saying, "Oh, this ICE agent or whatever, he lives in my neighborhood. I'm not going to say the address, but the number is." And then they cut the story, but she had apparently said it and doxed this guy, and so she's going to get charged as well. And it's like I don't get, they need to make the distinction of these people need to make the distinction of what's good for our country and who are being paid to resist against that. You know what I mean? These people are just idiots for basically wanting to destroy our country. And if you don't like it so much, then, again, give me a better country that's run a better way. Or, even better off, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Go run off to that country that you think is being run better than the United States.
Yeah, what did that during the World Cup, some of the people were talking to the crazy lefty people saying that America's bad. And they're like, we'll trade you passports right now.
Yeah, right.
You go to my country, I'll stay here.
Yeah, people don't know how good they have it here until they were to visit another country that has, doesn't have the rights that we do, the freedoms that we do. And, some people might shrug at that, but it's a big difference when you go to certain other countries that you just can't walk down the street and feel even safe at all anywhere. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of places in the United States that you can do that. And there's, of course, some very scary places you would never want to go by yourself as well.
Crystal Crusader says, final is tomorrow, bronze is today. So third place, not going to be a very good game because you're having third and fourth place play each other today. They're out. They're not going to win. FIFA games have been free to watch on Telemundo and on Fox. Yeah, some people have been saying watching it on Telemundo been more entertaining because obviously the announcers are a lot more flamboyant and talking and going, go, go. What else do we got out there? France and England today at 3:30 Eastern. Finals tomorrow being attended by attention. Who's the final two? I don't even know.
I think
Spain versus Argentina. Because it says attention, and I don't think we have a team came to attention. So I think it's Argentina and Spain.
Wow. And dude, this is pretty funny. Knowing what we just read about that story about the guy with the Geo group, I was looking at the comments and I saw Mr. Fonts was responding to Mr. or somebody else in the chat. The Geo group, so the group that guy works for, the guy who's like so resistant against ICE or whatever,
you're right back.
So mad or whatever, okay, so angry and so mad, he works for the Geo group, which is one of the largest private prison and mental health facility operators in the world. As of 2026, it operates nearly 95 secure facilities and residential re-entry centers, managing a capacity of 75,000 beds. Along with Core Civic, it dominates federal, state, and immigration detention center contracting in the United States. So a great employer that you're working for there while resisting here. And Mr. Fonts here, sir, let's see, continues on with a few more dollar hollers. Says, both Rumsfeld and McGregor boasted this after the Iraqi invasion was quickly looked at as a great success, as the colonel was picked for his revolutionary ideas to spec ops and warfare. He has since been one of the biggest critics of President Trump and his administration. Perhaps he expected a job he didn't get, but we question if his special operations expertise was used for January 6th. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get that gist from him, but, again, I don't know him personally. I couldn't, I could be wrong. And G. Fonts continues on, says, I've spent 100 hours of hearing Colonel McGregor lie to the viewers over and over and over again. So maybe he's holding a grudge, believes he's right, or is trying to cover his and others' asses. That's very much a possibility. And again, I don't know the guy, and so I don't know. It's just amazing to me that anybody that lives in this country that would have helped plan getting violent on January 6th, no matter what side of the aisle that you were on right there. And we all understand what they did, right? Because it was a peaceful protest, and what made it a non-peaceful protest was the fact that...
Mostly peaceful.
Well, it was until when? Until the cops, all of a sudden on their own, started throwing the bean bags and stuff into the crowd. Hit that one dude in the chest, you know what I mean? So people were basically peaceful until they started coming out with the anti-riot stuff for no good reason that I saw.
Exactly. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. I just wanted to throw this out from Judicial Watch. Says FBI records reveal the witness accounts that the SWAT officer recovered a remote device from the Butler shooter's pocket. Wait, he had one on them? We heard about all the bombs and stuff we had in his the trunk of his car, and like not bomb, but they said that he had a drone that could fly. I kind of remember something along the lines as an improvised explosive device, but I've never heard that he actually had a remote device on him. So I'm not sure if he set the device already or just kept it in his pocket and the shit was still left in the car, which doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Ooh, and he actually posted out 3 hours ago. He says there's 1,000+ hours of body cam footage from January 6th being released as well.
Really? Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Heck yeah. Up with his neckline, dude. Is that shadows? Jeez. Seriously, very light-skinned neck skin to what appears to be maybe a red shirt underneath. Yeah, he's got to have a red shirt under there.
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder guy. Remember Tom fitting in these shirts?
Absolutely. Mr. Jacked, or he was anyway. Yeah, that's a red shirt. I'm like, that looks weird. US
Oh,
Navy?
yeah. Hey, you
What?
remember, it's always time to make an earthquake off of Florida. It's that time of year again.
The hell?
Like, this is real life, folks. This is not something out of one of your favorite action movies. This experimental explosion was triggered by the Navy about 100 miles off Florida's coast, right off of Daytona Beach, just to give you a better idea. It registered as a 3.9 magnitude earthquake on Friday. The Navy was testing its new aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford. The blast is known as what's called a shock trial. It's an explosion meant to test a ship's ability to withstand nearby detonations. These types of explosions, they have been purposefully triggered for decades now after the Navy discovered that nearby explosions could knock out key systems on its vessels even without any actual physical damage. Military officials say the tests are done in a way that respects the migration patterns of marine life.
Yeah, it just scares the shit out of everybody. Yeah. They're just testing it. They're just little testing out there. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted to get into and see what they're actually talking about. Here, you want to read the tagline on that?
Space Force officials have selected 405 specialist 4S to sergeant, 242 sergeants to technical sergeant, and 196 technical sergeants to master sergeant during the United States Space Force 2026 Mega Board. Interesting.
So upgrades, bunch of people got upgrades.
Time and grade, time and services. Sergeant, 95% overall score for those selected was 450. Selectees average was 1.07 years. And time in service is 3.52 years. So it's basically Space Force officials selected just what we read and for promotion. The scores, time in grade, and time in service averages by cycles are followed. So it basically tells you the sergeant, technical sergeant, master sergeant. So the master sergeant, out of 530 eligible guardians, 36.98% were selected. The average overall score for those selected was 357.07. Selectees time in grade was 4.5 years, and time in service was 12.99 years. Wait. Space Force? They've been in Space Force?
Service
for 12.99 years?
They're referencing how much time in service total that they've had. They've been in time in the Guardians for 4.5 years.
Time in grade.
But the total time in service of them working for military is almost 13 years.
Okay,
So they're giving you
military
how much
altogether.
they work in the Department of Space Force and how much total time they've worked for the military.
Time in grade. Yeah, I think that's time. And wait, all right. So when was Space Force brought out to us publicly? The
end of Trump's first term, 2018, 19, something like that.
Was Space Force, yeah.
So what they're doing is they're filling out the commands and the branches, and as people progress, learn more, be able to control more, they'll give them the better jobs into Space Force and then promoting within, you know what I mean? And not bringing somebody over from Space Command and have them run Space Force. No, you better come up and run from the bottom up, and then you'll take that spot.
Very cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy, that's right, Glenn Jones.
Yep, the Guardians of the Intelligence. Let me see. Let me read thank you to Miss Just Janet 64 with the $10 Rumble rant. Says Mark Elias resigns from his law firm. Gitmo, perhaps? Love you, my friends. Yeah, that's.
I saw him begging for money the other day, but that's about it.
That's what I'm looking up right now. Did he again? Did he resign from this one?
The only time I've seen him make announcements is last couple of times is like he'll come on to Twitter and says, I've heard a lot of people asking how they could support me, and this is the way you could do it directly. It's like the same post every couple of months. I need more money.
It is now legally paralyzed months before the. Mark argues Trump likely has two main motives. Democracy Docket founder Mark Elias breaks down something. I remember he was working for Perkins Coie and stuff like that back in the day. And then I remember a few years ago he had quit, I don't know if it was that firm or another firm, to open the Elias Law Group, I think it was. So I'm wondering if she means did he quit that one or shut that one down?
I think he had to step down from one board after the FCC fine for Hillary Clinton for like $800,000 or whatever it was that she had to pay the fine for. In regards to the whole Russia thing, for campaign finances and paying Glenn Simpson and all those guys. So that's about the only thing I remember. So I don't know if he had to step down from that group at that time, but I don't clearly remember, but that seems familiar to me.
Yeah, he's in my top 10 as well, of one of the guys that needs to go down because he's been in it from the beginning and up until this very day. But thank you, Just Janet.
Right. Yep, here's this for you. You can read that for everybody.
Who is this Justin guy I keep hearing about? But anyway, NASA is preparing to test synthetic hibernation, oh shit, in healthy humans, potentially paving the way for astronauts to hibernate during missions to Mars. Yes, I can't wait.
Wait, they say they have no idea. I'm not sure I got briefed on this one yet. Oh yeah, so he's making a response back to it. Yeah.
Poly market, huh?
So
we can vote against it then. We can bet against it.
Bet against it. Yeah, exactly. The prompter guy. Oh yeah, might as well get into some quick phonies of not. This is not how you're supposed to stop.
Oh my God.
That guy's lucky he's alive.
Yeah. Oh my. Can't park
Right
your
through the
wood there,
window.
sir.
You used way too much Viagra.
Dude's got some serious wood.
He's got some serious wood. Should we keep going on our funnies, or should I go dig back into the other crap?
Yeah, funnies.
Because I woke up a little late and I didn't get a chance to go through my entire cycle.
Let me see. Well, we did, it is 3:30, so we've done 2.5 hours. Well, basically 2 hours of news. But yeah, let's do some funnies. That's what we always do, right?
Let me just look just to make sure I didn't skip anything that I wanted to do that was important. Paul Pelosi got a misdemeanor for the hit and run charges because he was drunk and ran his Maserati into another car and then drove off. So, misdemeanor,
Like
in case you're wondering.
The slow Tuesday for him.
Yeah, exactly. Just going through my list.
I drop you. Okay, yeah, you already had that one. You already had that one. Senator Mike Lee ripped Murkowski for saying she's blocking the Save America Act because it's draconian. Lee, nothing draconian about verifying the citizenship and identity of voters. Failing to do so is lawless.
Yeah, she's retarded, to be honest with you.
Well, she is from Alaska. I mean, you have to give her that, right?
I don't think I missed anything. Mexico had a 7.4 yesterday off the coast of Guadalajara area. I have not heard any incidences of major killing damages or any of that stuff. Did not show up in the feed.
Hulk, to tack onto your story a little while ago, I think I dropped it to you earlier, but Stephen Miller, he's saying we've reached a point in society when access to fettuccine at Olive Garden is vastly more secure than deciding who's the commander-in-chief of our country. Oh, you gotta love him, dude. I love that. He's a beast. He's like an intellectual beast.
Make sure you're not purchasing this lettuce at the grocery store.
A Headley bag of baby lettuce. Shit
Can you read
blaster
it?
mix.
What it says?
Taylor Farms Shit Blaster Mix. Nice.
Hey, I thought this was interesting because somebody made a game out of it. You ever wonder what the conductor actually does in the front of the orchestra? Yeah, does he actually mean anything?
Yeah.
I just thought it looked interesting. I never actually really even thought about it like that.
I just thought he was just waving his hands around until the song ends, you know.
Actually means something out there.
He's going
There's
with
like code words in there. You ready for game up?
In the White House.
Yeah. Got it? Yeah.
That was a weird spin to it.
He gets a strike, just walks right up there and throws the whole thing out. They
put some weird backspin on it or something. In a suit and tie.
In a suit and tie. Into the Capitol.
Need to go into the Capitol.
I'm just seeing if I have anything else to throw in here. ET, just going through my list right now.
Kano says on Rumble says the conductor's moves to certain time signatures. Patterns depending on the time signature of the music, New Case said. Is this AR for the orchestra or AI for the video? that was
looked
for them
cool.
to show us what they were doing.
I would show you this.
What devil?
I was still asleep this morning as I was putting the show together. There's your picture of said thing, of it falling right there.
Ooh.
And we're going to get a comment from the Senate debate in Maine from one candidate that is running.
I believe they called it pork bellying. By cutting out the pork bellying from all the bills, I'm sure that would save a lot of money as well, but... All right, David Costa.
Yeah.
Dude.
Running for Congress.
Like, and I don't even just take the whole tranny situation out of it. The very apparent tranny situation, like, let's just take that off the stage for a second, right? And let's listen. If you want to play that again, dude, like, are you getting the same vibe from this guy that he's like maybe one, IQ point above or below like the
what
level?
qualifications do you have?
Like seriously,
gonna-
dude. Like the way this
Sorry, I
person.
didn't mean to play.
No, you're good. It's just the way this person talks is like, and I'm not just saying like, it's a tranny, so we're making fun of it. Like everything I've listened to this person talk, they talk very slowly. They don't have any good points whatsoever. It's just like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to use the bathroom. Cutting out a lot of pork out of these bills seems like it would save a lot of money.
All right, let's get their comments.
Actually, what qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S.
Beautiful dress, though.
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to. Smoke and mirrors, like what's going on with ICE, pretending like these victims did something wrong. Like, that's unacceptable. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator, and I think that would probably be their worst nightmare.
Actually, what qualifications?
So that comes back to a perfect spot to go back to my other video right here. Just a regular college day, and somebody calls in for car theft. And this is the type of person that you run into with that type of demeanor as growing up as a kid, being repressed like this.
What's the problem?
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be
That's a dude.
here.
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you, and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice.
Fucking try it.
Are you threatening me?
You're threatening me.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just...
Because I'm here right now to deal with a stolen vehicle. I ain't got time to hear you screaming and yelling.
I don't have time to constantly be abused.
We'll get OPD down here then, because I gotta work this stolen vehicle.
What do you mean, OPD?
Alpha 73 University.
Alpha 73?
Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now. You're about to get sprayed.
No,
get down on the ground right now.
Leave me alone!
I can come in there.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you gonna calm down?
I'm getting my phone out. I have to film this.
I'm telling you, are you gonna calm down?
I will calm down. I will calm down.
You know what this is?
I will calm down when you get the pepper spray out of my face.
Alpha 73.
Leave me alone.
I have
just please
pepper spray.
Please. Just
right now.
Stop putting a pepper spray at me. I will calm down if you do that. Stop threatening me.
Yeah, lower your voice.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Do you want to get tased?
I want you to leave me alone. You have been particularly abusing me.
If you come towards me one more time,
follow me.
You are good.
And send your bills administrators.
I gotta deal with this.
Don't you remember?
Jaylee. He's
focus on me. Okay.
Jumping up and down like a little kid.
Get away!
You don't tell me where to go.
Fuck you!
Oh.
Fuck you, cop!
Alpha 73 University.
He was shaking.
Yeah, step on.
No, it's too late.
We're
It's too
gonna
late
fast
now.
forward a little bit. Oh wait. We have gloves on now.
We already tried to help you, so.
No, you didn't!
Yes.
You came in with hostile intent!
Put your hand out.
Hostile intent.
Be alone!
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me!
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me!
Get down on the ground right now.
So it takes a while for them to take them down, move around. It takes a few minutes because they are being nice with them. Ends up tasing them one time with just a little shocker in the side. Still doesn't stop the gentleman itself, but about 4 or 5 minutes later, they finally get both handcuffs on him because obviously they're trained to treat this with kind hands at some point. But he's going to go to it. I don't know. It's mad pissed that the cop called him a him. Or called him a he.
Well, this video is just another piece of evidence that furthers my position that these transgenders are mentally impaired. I mean, there's a big difference when you think that you're born this and you think you're something else, and you start painting your hair blue and you start screaming at somebody at the top of your lungs. I mean, the second this guy pulled up, it was just like, what the hell are you doing here? And it's just like, and shaking. So unstable, like this person should not be around other people. This person should be in a room with padded walls for the rest of its life. I'm sorry, but whatever made it get that way.
7 minutes, yeah.
No,
7 minutes into the video, they finally got cuffs on them. And remember, they're here to pick up I guess maybe his car got stolen. But they keep calling him, he, and not she, her, I guess, pronouns, whatever. Use the correct pronouns. I'd be like, I would have tased her right there, brought her to the ground.
You stole my car because I'm a tranny.
Exactly. What else do we got here? So that goes off of the main one. So yeah, thinking about she could run for president in 10 years. Yeah. What do you think? You want one of those?
Hell yeah. I want the pool.
You ever wondered how they did that, right? How was it Abu Dhabi and Dubai got those big giant sand castle things built out in the water?
Interesting. They just kind of suck it up like a vacuum and...
Yeah, they use this in California too to reshore the beaches because California doesn't have any natural beaches, especially in LA. They actually had to import all the sand into the LA beach area so we can actually have beaches versus just rocks and sandstone.
Oof. Dude, I need to
a lot of people don't know that.
I need to calm down after watching that clip, dude. Jesus, that person is just... And just think about all the people that are around listening to that too. Like they have to, they have to go through the loudness of listening to that friggin' nightmare. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Gary Russ says they just did our lakes.
With the sand barge to dredge it? Mostly they use it for dredging in the lakes.
Yeah, and Shaz64 on Rumble says that's how they did the beach in Biloxi, Mississippi, longest made man beach in the world. And that is long.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is huge. Yeah, in California, the whole crazy thing, I didn't know about how California doesn't really have any natural beaches. So we import, they'd say 50 metric tons a year or something, and they spend, I think it was $300,000 or $400,000 a year in just buying sand for California beaches.
Damn.
Oh wait, we had to do this one. I thought this was funny. You guys all seen the Minion movies, right?
Oh yeah.
You seen? Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's your native language? I speak Slovenian. Oh, the original Minion language? The what? You know the... Oh, I got that part. But what makes you say that? Say, if a grandma gave her white coat to grandpa, grandpa would get a gift. Hey, what's your native language?
I thought it was entertaining. Wait. I thought this was great. Did you want to make a comment about Minions?
Nope.
I thought this is a well done. Yeah, I like stupid humor like that. It is fun for me. What else do we got for you here?
Ooh.
Yeah, one thing I wouldn't expect to ever find on, where are we at? Are we in Alpine glaciers? High altitude battlefields from World War II have yielded tens of thousands of artifacts. Yeah, let's go up to the mountains and see the glaciers.
Damn.
Well, that's not that bad. Oh, there's two more over there.
Somebody missed their target.
Yeah, they're all over the place. bombing raids off there. Oh shit, there's a big one. Another big one.
I think that's Italy. I'm just going off of they have Italian
Alps.
Italian Alps, and I know Italy was part of the World Wars.
Oh, Mussolini thing.
Mussolini.
I just thought it was interesting. What else do we have here for? Yeah. Oh yeah, artwork. Anybody? Artwork?
The most beautiful thing I ever saw. That bag danced for half an hour.
Remember doing the fan and putting the balloon or the ball on top of it, it floats in the air?
Northern Italy, Adamello mountain range in northern Italy, where melting glaciers have exposed huge numbers of unexploded artillery shells and other munitions from World War I, not World War II, like I put in my ChatGPT.
You pay for ChatGPT?
No, I do the free one. And the funny thing is, like, you can ask it questions, whatever, and then it'll tell you, like, oh, you can't ask a question for whatever. But the second I upload one picture and I say, like, what is this? It's like, oh, yep, you can't upload another thing for like 4 hours. It's like, yeah, no. So I actually took that offer from Grok a month ago, where they're giving me
$40.
Well, they're giving me the $30 one a month for, I don't even know, whatever else I was already paying, like $8 or $11 a month for 3 months. And then I would have to start paying $30 a month for it, like next month, which I'm not going to do because it's not worth it.
For Grok 4.0? I'm already eating through all the usage because they give you usage requirements. I don't know if anybody knows that. You can actually go look that out on the Grok app. I'll take a quick screenshot of it. I'll show you.
Where do you go in the settings?
It's under, if you open Grok itself, you're going to hit the 3 bars, the 2 bars on the top left. You're going to click on the icon of your picture. You're going to go click onto the usage.
Oh, okay. Oh, 6% used.
So since you're on the heavy deal here, take a picture of it and drop it in our chat.
It says weekly super Grok.
Take a picture of it. Take a picture of what it says there and drop it in chat. It will show everybody the difference between the two. Because I was thinking about spending $40 because I'm waiting for me to get more access for AI stuff.
Definitely makes, I don't know if you get a limit on the pictures that you got to make or whatever, but it doesn't seem to stop me or slow me down here. Here you go.
I want to show yours first. Open. So this is Spaceshot on his Apple. He's paid for Super Gork, which gives you access to Gork 4.5, which is the newest model that is coming out. Your image itself, you've used 5% itself, and you also got chat. They also have voice chat. If you open it up and go to the voice chat, then you can have a conversation with it. Instead of typing everything, the voice chat uses a hell of a lot more. I'll show you what mine is. So you can see here on mine, it says resets Monday, July 20th at 4:37 p.m. for my weekly totals. I ate through my entire weekly totals, the stuff that I was doing Wednesday night. And I used 5% for just using voice chat itself. So chat is typing, voice is communication itself. And then total is the number if you did any searches inside Gork and those types of things from the website itself. They still consider that chat though, but it is included in there. So that's why I was thinking about spending the $40 because I'm eating through this thing within an hour. If I'm going to sit down and play with AI models, because I've been using Open Web and Olama and some Quen 14B for the people who play with AI stuff out there. And asking it questions and going through it. And it's a localized model, but I've also been using Grok to bounce back and forth and ask it questions, refine the questions, those types of things.
I like it better than ChatGPT only because it seems like it works faster. And maybe it's because it's the Super Grok. I don't know, but
the other thing is you get access to the X ecosystem. So it could pull the post and all the information from there where ChatGPT or Claude or Anthropic don't. Like there is a Claude Pro for $20 a month, which would be like 3 times the usage of the free $8 account. Still on limits. They have a 5-hour limit window. But if you go with the $40 here on X, you get extra X shit, and then you also get the $30 plan from Gork, or you could go right to Gork and get the $30 plan itself, but it doesn't include any of the X features itself. So I was thinking about trying it, but that's probably why you got some higher ratings on that one current post, is because you are paying the $40 a month, or on that $40 a month plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to give you an example.
So
now,
I'd probably hang it out and use it more, to be honest with you, because it's actually pretty damn intelligent, and it does a damn good job of pointing you the right direction.
Just asking it a stupid picture. Uploading a picture onto ChatGPT and then doing a thing, because usually like immediately right after it tells me like, oh, sorry, now you can't do another post for 6 hours or something like that. I dropped a picture of the Q Intel thing there with the crossing the Delaware on the face, the Anons with the Punisher masks. Reminds me of a blend of several historical and symbolic themes rather than one specific event. Crossing the Delaware, revolution meets technology. Loss of individuality, artificial intelligence entering politics or warfare, anonymous power, or simply a stylized alternate history.
So just to show you, if anybody does any of this AI crap type of shit, just to show you, you can ask it pretty heavy duty questions, because I was running through and trying to figure out what the best alternative for an auto clipping AI system that could take a video, clip it down into small clips, 20 clips for a 4-hour podcast, do the transcriptions, and then also go in and find all the highlights using the model inside the AI to find the best talking points of the entire podcast, timestamp those, and then clip them out. So just give it the info, and it starts analyzing what particular programs you can use and the individual pieces, install prerequisites from different deals. I mean, you can get really in detailed and go through it. I've ran into some issues on some things where it can't quite complete it, want to give up on it, and you got to prompt it more for there. But that's normally when I start limiting I'm running out of limit on there, but it's actually telling you how to install Llama, how to do it doing it through terminal, and, making Docker files, and walks you step by step. And then in the end, if you don't like it, you could basically ask it, okay, I want to remove all this stuff. And then it looks back through the conversation and line items, everything you do need to get rid of it.
Yeah, so
even if it got errors. Yeah, so when I was getting errors, I just copy the error right into it. He goes, oh yeah, I effed up. Let me fix this, do this, and then go through this step. And then after I got the model up and running, even telling you, I have Docker guys. He's all, okay, then open PowerShell, do these particular codes. So I'm just copying this stuff, copy and pasting it in. And it's basically doing most of the work, and how to remote access into the browser so you could start using the particular model in your web browser on a local model. So, it's really in detail. I was even asking it later to, like, these are some of the errors, and then it comes back and, oh, let's switch to a different tool. And I'm all, no, let's fucking fix it. I'm here this far. And then it starts going back through and telling me actually how to fix it and go through those types of things. So it is pretty intuitive, but you do have to be smarter than what it was. And then here it gave me another error, and then it goes, oh, replace this with this, and then do this. And then I figured out I made the error. And I think I asked it for I asked it somewhere in here. Because you could drop screenshots right into it. I go, dude, what the F are you talking about? Look, it's right here. And then it's like, oh, then you have to do this and that, like giving it the screenshot. I go, prove I have it right here. Look at it. And it's like, oh, okay, I made the error. Let me fix it for you. So it's pretty intuitive. You know what I mean? I got the whole screen up, running Docker and all that. And it's like, oh, this is how you do it. Yeah. So I was just running through some performance deals. Where's the little thing I was asking for it for, like, hard test?
I'm going to tell SuperGrok to just make me that thing and don't run me through everything. Make me a whole program and see what it does. I'd be like, nah. Because there are other programs that you can pay to do that, but they're very expensive as well.
Yeah, so that's why I use the local model owner and say hard test and see what it responds back to. I might be out of expert. Yeah, that's what it does to me. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to open that. Hard test. Can I go to expert? Yeah. Let's go back to auto, see if it'll give me a response. So this is because I'm only paying $8 a month. So it restricts me again.
Share
and this
the
is
whole
what
thing.
I would take. I would take this and then feed this into my localized model. Oh, nah, fuck you. It didn't even give it to me. Yeah. Anyways, but you kind of get the idea. It would give you an instruction, a whole bunch of sets, and it'll go through and it'll start answering the question itself. So just to kind of give you the idea that actually goes through and actually talks about it. I wonder if I could find it in one of the other clips.
You got to be very, very literal with the AI when you talk to it, and when you give it different instructions and things like that. You need to make sure sentence formation's correct, periods, commas. Because it will start joining things. Well, when you're making images, you certainly need to, because
yes.
If you don't put a period, like say if I say, remake this image, but make this one a little bit different, and then I don't put like a comma or a period, it'll actually make the change for the next change that I want for the previous one. So you have to make sure you're like very, very accurate with what you're telling it to do, because it's it's reading it right off of what you're telling it to do. So if your sentence and your commands are not accurate, it's going to do exactly what you say, not what you intended.
Well, somebody put out here, says, Hulk, I'm glad that you're smarter than Grok. I wouldn't say I'm smarter than Grok, but I can know when it's wrong. And I don't know what the exact answer is and how to fix stuff, because it gets pretty detailed and will walk you step by step to do stuff out there. I did not get the AI auto visual tool to actually work. And then it's like, why don't you use ByteDance's clipping program they have? I'm all, because I don't want China to have access for it. I want to do it locally. Oh, okay. Let's do this.
Because China is asshole. All right, Hulk, I'm going to need a 30-second bathroom respite.
No, you can't leave.
Bye-bye.
Meme Farmer says, pro tip, go to IMSYS, formerly Chatbot Arena, and then direct chat. There you got all the SOTA models for free, and they have a huge quotas as well. Almost no limitation, and if you hit the limit, you change the model. Well, that's why I was doing local models with the Quen 3 model 14B, because I got enough RAM to run it. And its data goes to 2023, the end of 2023. It doesn't know anything after that. So some of the other models, which are a little smaller, compact, run more efficient, or is not as broad and robust as the one you use, but it has updated info in there. So I just find it interesting. I've been playing with it, learning a lot. It's a nice way to teach you. So for $8 a month, you can do all that stuff I was talking about. Comes with your deal. So there's your AI thing. What do you think, chat? Worth it? Not worth it?
Yay.
You're funny. Let's go back into here.
Not worth it. Boom, 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 boom. Where's Hulk? Where'd Hulk go?
I'm right here. I was reading chat. We'll keep going. So there's my there's my AI talk out there for you. Wheezy Girl, 80 a month. Not what's 80 a month? No, the upgraded Gork thing's $40 a month with the AI thing inside of it. And then you can hook a whole bunch of shit to it, and it'll search through your Gmail and social media and a whole bunch of shit, your calendar and shit. So then your Gork app will remind you then, because it's watching all your shit. It'll be like, oh, I looked at your Google Calendar, and tomorrow at 3:30 you have a dentist appointment, but you also have a scheduled show with Rambo and Friends a half hour after the show starts. So what do you want to do?
Whoops.
That's what they're basically coming to. And even like one of the AI guys who has his own little AI agents and shit like that, he uses his phone and he tells his phone, go make me a dentist appointment. And it replies back, okay, done. And then it replies back after that, they canceled the appointment and because they canceled the appointment because by a half an hour, they want to reschedule a half hour later. And I told them no. And then they charged me a cancellation fee, and I've already distributed it with the credit card company already. I'll let you know when I get the appointment. And he's like, oh shit. It's arguing with them and then disputed the charges already with the credit card company. That's what I found interesting.
Baby.
I was thinking about trying this with ground beef. How many people cook ground beef in a pan on the stovetop? Yeah.
There is a quick trick to make any ground meat recipe more tender and more juicy, and it's probably in your cabinet right now. Just add baking soda. This is a trick inspired by a technique in many classic Chinese stir-fry recipes. Baking soda raises the pH of the meat, which alters the charge on the muscle filaments so that they repel each other. As a result, they can't contract as easily and squeeze out their water. So the meat is going to hold onto moisture better, which makes it more tender and juicy. But that's not all baking soda brings to the table. A higher pH also means better browning because the Maillard reaction favors an alkaline environment. Check out this batch of ground beef that I treated with baking soda versus this untreated one. So this one just has a quarter teaspoon of baking soda added to a tablespoon of water that I incorporated into a pound of meat. Combining it with the water helps you to distribute it more evenly. For the full benefit, let the mixture sit for 15 minutes, but it'll start working as soon as 5, then you can continue your recipe as normal. We've done this trick with ground beef chili, turkey burgers, pork meatballs, shepherd's pie, and a load of stir fries. It's just one easy step that really makes a delicious difference.
I might try that. Anybody use baking soda in their beef?
Dude, this is funny that it's like, this is weird that you keep bringing up things that like that song I looked at the other day. I was literally having a pretty lengthy conversation with a couple people at the dollar store yesterday because I went to grab some baking soda and a scrub brush. And we were talking about all the various good uses. A couple of uses she let me know, the lady in front of me let me know about. And the reason I was getting baking soda and a scrub brush is if you happen to spill oil or cooking grease, from your grill on your patio or concrete, and it's already set in there, you got to make a paste out of baking soda in water, put the paste on there, let it set for a little bit, and then you scrub it off and then wash it off, and it remarkably works really well, dude. I was very surprised at what it does. It also, you can use baking soda for, what do you call it? When you get, say if you don't have Tums, you could have a little bit of baking soda. But the question I put into the chat and people are responding to now is baking soda has a very almost salty taste to it, if I want to say. And so that's what I was thinking, like, is it going to make it super, super salty? Just Janet says, tastes nasty. Sugar B says, I'll try it now. Wheezy says, I use it to clean my veggies. Gargle, Gary R.U.S. says, making sure your baking soda is free from aluminum, says Lenny Lou.
I agree with that one.
Let's see.
Somebody says I put it in the shoes to make the kids' shoes smell better.
Yes. All right. So
it says, yeah, baking soda works really well. It works well with chicken too. From Ting Pope. All right. So all the other people that don't use it, that are going to try it this next week, you're all going to report back next Saturday on this show, and we'll see if you liked it or not. And we'll re-ask the question again. Was baking soda worth it?
Baking soda in water. Put fruit in it. Yeah, I see it kind of cleans it up. Dude, you ever seen that video of the hillbilly? We may have played on this show. The hillbilly that cleans the cooking grease with the baking soda? I think it was baking soda.
Yes, you're right.
So he's got a big ass wok.
Cornstarch.
Was that what it was? Cornstarch?
It was cornstarch.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it was cornstarch. But yeah, what was she saying? The lady in front of me was saying they're good for baking soda is good for bee stings. If you get bee stung, you put it right on there. Similar to water, it helps pop it out. What was else she was saying? She was saying a couple different things that it's used for. But yeah, baking soda, helps food stay fresher in your freezer and in your refrigerator. What do you call it? Why I can't keep remembering the name. Acid reflux. But again, it is salty because it's sodium bicarbonate, right? Keyword being sodium, being AKA salt. Salt bicarbonate.
Salt bicarbonate.
I just want to know if anybody in chat has actually eaten it and what was the results. So just say, yes, tried it. It was whatever. Don't use Arm & Hammer, Gladys says.
Yeah. There's a difference between baking soda and baking powder, too.
Yes. Baking soda also works in the garden, spraying for bugs and molds your squash. And molds on your squash. There's a recipe. Shaz64 says. Laundry. Tree Hugger says for laundry. Yeah, so many different uses. Brush your teeth. JDP writes in there. Bath. Just Janet says. Yeah. Draw out the poison. Wheezy Girl says. Red's baking soda. Sugar Bee says. Maybe that's Bamla. I'm not trying it. You try it. LOL. You guys be the test dummies for us and let us know. Let's see. Yes, makes soda paste for bee stings. Works with heartburn. Yeah. Use it with vinegar to clean my drains. Yeah, dude. That actually that does work very good too with the vinegar to clean drains. I had a clogged drain one point. Is for rising. Baking powder is for rising. Oh, for baking and rising. Yes. I use for acid reflux. Works in seconds. Makes body pH balanced too. Chicani33 says. Scrub your sink clean. Cisco Liberty says. Yeah, it's pH.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. pH balance in your stomach. It works better than Tums. Shaz says.
All right. Enough of this about baking powder. We spent way too much long on it.
See? Ooh, steak in water and baking soda for a while. Then rinse them off. It makes them very tender. Huh. Water? Doesn't make it watery, though? Okay, Hulk, move on.
Yeah. I think we've spent enough time on that. Yeah, you could buy stuff from the military that's been decommissioned and use it for recycle or whatever the hell you want to, right? Yeah, you just put those in your bedroom, right?
A lot of people tend to ask if I've ever had issues with the police or the feds before.
Have you gotten any legitimate requests to buy the Stinger missile?
The missile,
We control, the Department of Defense controls how these items get shipped out. When people try to buy them, even if it appears that they're buying them for use here domestically, we see 21-year-olds, which congratulations, but we normally don't see 21-year-olds getting a lot of military scrap metal to sell. So we were kind of...
A lot of people...
Yeah, so he figured out, military scrap metal, I could buy all this stuff, and yeah, they got a Stinger missile that's being decommissioned. I want to hang that on the wall in my apartment. Oh, they got some M109s and other missile stuff that we can throw. Let's just hang it out there. The police came by and started asking questions.
I would have said, oh, how you doing, officers? Oh, yes, my decommissioned Stinger missile here. You want to see my decommissioned Stinger missile? Yeah. Oh, officer, what does that word decommission mean? Oh, it means it doesn't work anymore? They took out the parts that make it work? Okay, yeah. So what's the problem now? Are you going to recreate the thing? What are they worried about? They know that once you decommission them, they're not working like they're supposed to.
It's art, sir. It's art.
All right.
Why did he show up in there?
Apparently he's live.
Is he spamming his shit all over the place? What a fucking retard.
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah. Kid toys. You ready?
Uh-oh.
You ready?
What is this? And I'm like, what the fuck is that even for? So we look on the back. Idiot's delight.
That little metal piece, I'm gonna hold this one. Touch my hand.
It makes her a little outfit. Cute.
That has to be China. Oh, that looks cool. He's throwing him on the roof.
It blows fart rings. Shut up.
Wait. Fart rings.
It blows fart rings. Shut up.
Smoke machine. Fart. Go to the bathroom. Lay down.
That's some weird toys.
Yeah, that thing. Whatever that thing is.
Ooh. Butt plugs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at this, dude. Find that in the backyard. It's a lemon.
The hell?
It started to sprout inside the big, giant, oversized, gargantuan onion.
Thing's friggin' huge.
It's huge. It's bigger than your head.
Damn. Some electroculture, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. I found this interesting for everybody out there.
Did you know that your brain can actually tell the difference between how hot and cold water sound? You think this is hot or cold water?
Cold.
Now, is this hot or cold water?
And that's on me, honestly. This had my full attention. I put in both AirPods with the noise cancellation so that I could hear the pitch of the water better when it poured. And what was I thinking?
Did you know that your...
I thought it was entertaining. All right, good. We're going back into... I fell for it, too. That's why I made it to the show. Let's go back into the funny side.
First one did sound cold before she put the ice cubes in it.
I guess cold too.
I'm like, wait, is that a thing? See, he's a sucker born every day, guys and gals.
Oh yeah, here's something about Leonardo DiCaprio I didn't know about.
My stepmother is a Sikh. My father is from the sort of hippie counterculture, grew up in San Fran. My stepmother is a Sikh. My father is from the sort of hippie counterculture, grew up in San Fran and Los Angeles, hung out with a lot of the underground art movement in Los Angeles in the 70s. And I remember that moment we were turning a corner out of Musso and Frank's onto Hollywood Boulevard. And I said to Brad, that's my dad and that's my stepmom there. And he goes, yeah, right. I go, no, that's them. He's like, yeah, right. I'm like, I know they look like they're extras in this movie, but that's really them. My stepmother is a...
Trippy, huh?
Wow. That's wild, dude. Yeah, some counterculture stuff. There were some weirdos, and, we touched on them a little bit earlier with the Rosenbergs and the people... Or did we touch on that today, or was that a different show, dude? I don't know. They all mixed together for me. But, yeah, the Rosenbergs bombing. Was that back on the Table of Titans?
Table of Titans, we were talking about that at the bombing of the Senate and the White House back in the early 70s. And how many people actually replied saying, yeah, I remember all that.
Shit, that was 2 days ago. And there I was thinking it was the beginning of this show. Woo! See, so much information coming out left and right. But yeah, it's wild.
We'll throw this. Here, we'll throw this out. It's fine. It's fine. It's welded. Yeah, look. Call the inspector. Just the weird shit I find.
Yeah, moments later. Hey, we have this building swaying in Midtown Manhattan or Midtown Shangchuan province.
Read that for everybody.
My rifle is accurate to 2,500 yards. I'm trained at 1,000 yards. You're now at 400 yards. I can see you in the scope. Were we expecting you?
Okay, back to this one right here.
To set the story straight, what happened on July 14th, 2026. My name is Chip Counterman. I'm a partner with Patriot Portable Restrooms here in Kansas City. One of our guys went to pick up an event from the World Cup. I knocked on all the doors, made sure nobody was in the restrooms. He did find one of them locked, knocked on the door, and let the gentleman know he had 10 minutes to get out. Picked up everything else, went back to that toilet, knocked again. The man inside said he was not going to get out. Luckily, a police officer on a motorcycle went by. Our driver waved him down. Cop walked up to the door and asked the man to exit the toilet. The man replied that he could not reach the door and couldn't get out of the toilet. They looked inside and didn't see anybody. The lid was closed, no one was in the restroom. It kind of startled them. All of a sudden, a head popped out of the toilet and he said, "I'm in here." Fire department came after that and tried to instruct the man to exit the toilet, and the man would not do it. They asked him why he went in, and he told them he was retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle that he dropped in from the night before. So that put him inside of the tank for about 8 hours, if all of that was true. After it was cut open, the man was able to exit the toilet. Fire department did hook up water to their truck and gave him a free shower. Long story short, horrible situation. Thank you to the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department and Police Department.
That dude's a sicko looking for a Mountain Dew bottle.
All right, dude, let's be honest. Cops come and asking you what the hell you're doing in there, and you're telling them you're looking for a Mountain Dew bottle. All right, I got a couple different scenarios for you. He was either in there looking for some drugs, or was some disgusting or was some disgusting son of a bitch, which is maybe a voyeur that wanted to like watch some girls or something like that. I mean, think about it. Would you really do that for a Mountain Dew can? It's got to be drug related, or he's like some voyeur or something like that. Like, there's no way possible. HB thy name on Rumble. We got a situation in here. Yeah, new case, putting cameras in. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Drugs, Faith and Freedom says, yeah. HB thy name. What was in the bottle? Yeah, what was in that Mountain Dew bottle? If it was drugs in a bottle, Polish dog 989. Drugs in a bottle, and he went into the wrong he went to the wrong stall. Debbie Rouse, gross, mental case. Wow. Yeah, I mean, dude, 8 hours in the shit. And like, how do you get down there? Like, it doesn't seem like it was that big of a receptacle. You know, it was only like maybe a foot or two deep. G fonts, yeah, that might be it. Perv, could have been a perv. That's just disgusting. Ugh, could you?
That's a long way to go for that.
You know how you'd know I was in the bottom of a porta-john, Hulk? Because you'd hear Space Shot. I think there's a guy in here. Yeah, that would be me. Like, I don't know how you're not just constantly vomiting, like, over and over. Truth says Andy Dufresne. I don't know if you heard this one, Hulk, but who was the good one that had the great comment? HB thy name. He says we got a situation in here.
Oh, what else do we got here?
People were agreeing with my sentiment that it couldn't have been just Mountain Dew, dude. He either was looking for drugs or he was trying to be a voyeur or something like that.
What is just on drugs and a voyeur?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh yeah, filming a video. Yeah, not AI.
So this is the aftermath of the suspense hook gone wrong.
Dude, he left a skid mark right there. I think that's the chair.
Dude, he did a 360 on the tips of his shoulders. Oh God. That's gotta be hurt.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Here's this for you. Let's go and dust off the old mongoose.
Oh hell yeah! Dude, I had one of these.
I had a GT Performer.
Yeah, GT Pro had those rims.
Yeah.
Just nostalgic for everybody out there.
Wait, so are they saying they're reissuing that, or is that just something he pulled?
Yeah,
from
it's
the
a
old one?
reissue.
Oh, that's
No, it's
badass.
a reissue. Because I had a GT Performer with the big giant mag wheels and shit like that, because we were all into riding bikes and shit like that.
What
Not
color
much
were
of an
yours?
off-road bike, but street performer type stuff.
What color were your mag wheels? Mine were exactly like that. They were white.
They were white. They were probably a little bit different design, being bigger and heavier, and the bike was blue.
Yeah.
Like baby blue.
White mag rims.
What color was yours? Chat.
Dude, I can't even remember what color my bike was, to be honest with you. Oh, wow, dude. The people on eBay are looking for some serious money for these things. How much? GT Style Pro. Six spokes ACS or Skyway Tough Wheels. Then I had a different Mongoose. Do you remember these other rims that they were like Marinelli or something like that, but they were like chrome rims, and in the middle of like the sprocket they had like almost like rainbow kind of decals on them, but they were like reflective decals. They were like nice expensive rims for bikes back then.
Yeah, some of them might be racing type quality parts, is what I'm thinking.
Where to find the white mags for 2021 GT Performer Pro? I didn't know they still made them. Let me see, 1990s, I would say, right?
Exactly. Some of them saying, I got the lime green one. Golden Schwinn Stingray.
This is how vintage bike 94 GT Pro Freestyle Tour BMX in original chrome. Hell, the seat's way too big on that one. Okay. But yeah, definitely love the bikes. I do got a nice, I got a GT right now, actually. I got a GT Avalanche 29-inch wheels.
Nice.
I need to get back on too. I've been doing more jogging than that, but that's a good workout too.
All right. You ready for more?
Yeah.
Hey, you know how the Jeep owners, they hand out those little ducks? I like over those Jeep cars. I'm just saying. Going through my list here. How about a black person Price is Right? You ready? Yes, AI.
All right, fam, let's see what we got coming up for bid right now. Ooh! That's a little bag of Cokie Pure Snow Tight Seal waiting on whoever got the bread. Sniff. Hit quick, hit clean. You feel that? Look at the shine on it, y'all. Straight fuego. I ain't never seen nothing this icy. You gonna love it. Light quick premium in your sight. Look, peep the hardware. Little golden ladle action. Real delicate. Like serving caviar, but way more popping. Got a sample for y'all. Smell that? Straight off the mountain. Uncut. Anybody trying to tap in, just holler. First taste free. Next one you paying retail. Ha! Don't be scared, Sean. I ain't gonna ruin your credit off one micro hit. Mars looking like she already got a recipe. And my man Tom trying to act. Good God!
We'll leave it at that. Just wanted to get a little bit of it, dude. I was just laughing my ass off at my... Some people are doing some deranged stuff with AIs. At least we got away from the cat memes finally.
Yeah, and Sora was kind of a letdown. It wouldn't let you use any faces and things. Like, at least Grok let you, make a thumbnail and put Trump in it.
Here, might as well throw this out here. You want to read that and we'll go on to some other funnies?
So let me get this straight. Dude steals hundreds.
Wait, read that right at the top.
ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller's horrific car crash captured on video. Okay. Let me get this straight. Dude steals hundreds of thousands of dollars from fantasy football leagues under the guise the money was going to be donated to charity. It wasn't. Story starts to come out and realizes he's probably going to get caught soon. He causes a horrific car crash and loses his arm on accident or on purpose. We will probably never know. GoFundMe set up for an accident that was 100% his fault and idiots donated to it. He makes a recovery, doesn't address the allegations while people continue to support him. Maybe start a GoFundMe for the truck driver or people that had their money stolen by this guy. Can't wait to see how this all plays out. Damn.
Crazy ideas, this weird shit we see around here.
Loses an arm, though. Yeah, I don't know if he was planning on losing an arm. Maybe he was planning on killing himself. You know what I mean? That's maybe more likely.
All right, make sure your pets are always clean. Always clean your pets. Make sure they're nice and squeaky clean.
好香，躺下吧。好，真乖啊。
Wow.
Little spring cleaning.
Dude, it's like the cat was wanting to do it. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's another one for you.
The hell she got under there?
Oh, wait.
Whatever it is over to the door.
It's a mouse.
Oh, no.
Then kill it.
That's why I told her to hit it with that. Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna try. Hold on. Slide right there, but don't take the lid off.
You gotta make a little ramp for it.
Now move.
Where am I moving?
Move. Move, B.
Oh yeah,
He's thinking about it.
It's not gonna go right into that thing, I'm sure. Oh god.
Here, I got the broom over here, so if it comes through.
Oh
Okay,
god.
that's good.
Think
That's
it through, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I see a gap.
All right,
Hold
knock
this
it
for a
off.
second, B. Just hold this right here like that for a second.
What could go wrong?
This is good.
It's not getting loose here.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I get the feeling it is.
Huh? I don't. I was gonna ask you if you left the door open. Go into the garage.
B, that's
I'm holding it how you left it.
all right.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
I saw it.
It's a mouse. A computer mouse.
He burnt him.
What does he say?
He's beating her to death.
All right, so there's that part. Something for you to read.
The plot for Spaceballs has been revealed. Oh no. Somehow, Dark Helmet has returned 40 years after the events of the first Spaceballs, 50 years after the events of Star Wars, A New Hope, and 1 year after the events of The Devil Wears Prada 2. The galaxy is once again under threat. A threat so evil, so unstoppable, so completely lacking in any original ideas that it has vowed to bring back the past, every last bit of it. With Lone Star in hiding, Queen Vespa on the throne, and the Schwartz stretched thinner than a franchise releasing TV episodes theatrically, the only hope for the galaxy is Vespa's undisciplined son, Prince Starburst, and a mysterious palace advisor named Destiny. Together they must find Lone Star, Yogurt, and have any other iconic legacy characters fans are demanding before they discover the hard way that, while some threats you can fight, the reboot is not one of them.
You see how he put this here? He's the sword stretched thinner than the franchise releasing TV episodes theatrically. I'm talking about Grogu and what the hell is the name of that show? Anyways, they're making fun of it. That Disney release they just did like a week ago.
Are we going to see Pizza the Hut? I bet you we will.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we will. Oh, yeah. You think you have a problem with electric cars?
Uh-oh.
I think they got a problem. You see the problem there, Space Shot? The motor's laying on the ground right there. That makes the car go, and the battery's still attached to it. And look, you can see the motor spinning. It's actually moving. They forgot to put the bolts in.
The car's still going a little bit. I think that's like maybe like the rear motor, and then you got the front motor still going. Because it looks like it was kind of pulling it along. Maybe. No bueno.
Here, also, no bueno. Make sure you hold on tight because this video came out. You guys all saw that, right?
Good idea.
What you should be doing with it. Yeah, it's that gun on the front of the helicopter. That guy did a full like 360. Oh yeah, might as well get this out here because I ran into this last week. Oh, it's been deleted already? Somebody didn't put it up here already? Oh my God, they're deleting it. Oh, there it is.
Yep, that's me.
Boomer!
Yep,
wow.
That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Somebody's already made t-shirts and shit. I was laughing my ass off.
Takes a heavy toll on the big bulls.
Yeah. So it's just kicking it. These people are watching.
Could give this young contender an edge. The challenger more than holds his own. Then he makes a small mistake.
Damn.
To decide, his challenge is brutally ended.
Game over.
That was Yellowstone, huh?
Yep.
He wouldn't be the first person to die at Yellowstone from an animal accident or attack encounter.
Did that one. We did that one. Oh, did you hear about the EU to ban the sexually provocative camera angles in the women's sports? Did you happen to see that announcement?
No.
They're kind of ruling because obviously during the Olympics they wear all the short clothing, and then obviously the cameraman are getting all the right views and those things, and they're saying they're sexual exploiting women, and they're putting rules in for broadcasters not to show those particular positions, and somebody made it funny about it. They're getting a little crazy over there. Did they actually show the thing? Because like they're showing women like that. They showed her a lot, but where's the little? There's like a little meme. Oh yeah, I know. Of doing here it is. This is the little thing that they're showing, like right here. Of like take this photo close up, but don't show the whole body. Don't show from underneath and the crotch area and stuff. And I mean, they're getting serious on this. Like, don't show this one. Show this one from the side.
Jeez. I mean, we know what they're doing. I mean, when the girls are like stretching or, like hands on their knees and like sticking their butt out like they do in like track or volleyball a lot. Yes, there are cameramen that are getting the shots that they want more than the sports fans want. Like that one on the top right there.
Yeah. So that's what they're promoting here at this point. So just wanted to throw that out. Let's do more furry pets.
Just like a house cat, a raccoon can make a soft purring sound when it's feeling relaxed and comfortable. Most people think raccoons only growl or chatter, but when they feel safe, they can produce gentle purr-like sounds that are surprisingly similar to a cat's. They're also incredibly curious animals. Their front paws contain thousands of sensitive nerve endings, allowing them to learn about objects by touching them. Instead of relying only on their eyesight, raccoons constantly feel, rub, and examine things with their hands before deciding whether they're safe to eat or worth investigating. That curiosity also makes them excellent problem solvers. They can open simple locks and remember how to solve difficult tasks even months later. Once they discover an easy way to get food, they're surprisingly unlikely to forget it. They're also remarkable climbers. Their flexible ankles can rotate almost 180 degrees, allowing them to climb down trees head first, something very few mammals can do with such ease.
That one's
Despite
fat.
their reputation as little troublemakers, raccoons are devoted mothers.
That's good enough for that one. Next video here. Hey, I didn't know Mike Huckabee played music. Did you? Yeah, the newscaster. Did you know that?
The huckster? No.
Yeah. Let's get into it then. There, we're just gonna get this all. You got your rock ready, guys? This would be interviewing the previous Korn guitarist. Korn, the band Korn, heavy metal Korn. For me too.
Ryan Head Welch. I think he went to be a Christian now. I think that's why he was interviewing him.
Yes. And I think... Oh, we got to get Mr. Popcorn in here. He was one I wanted to throw in here.
Popcorn,
Where is he? This guy. His name is Popcorn.
Get your popcorn, eh? Oh, yeah, I remember him. Moonshiners.
But anyway, back when I was growing up, if a man borrowed, say 50 cents off of you, but which was big money, or $1, that's big money, $1. If you loaned a man $1 back in my days, back in my heydays, that was a lot of money. All right, that man told you he'd pay you back on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. You could watch your watch. At 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, by God, he'd be there to pay you. And if he couldn't pay you, he'd be there at 10 o'clock anyway. And he'd tell you, look here, I've had the hard luck, whatever. I can't pay you. Well, that's fine. But nowadays, you loan a son of a bitch $5, you're fucked. And that's just it. How many of them, I mean, this world went to hell in a handbasket. I'm telling it like it is. Now, there's a few people in my life that I trust. When they tell you they'll do something, they will. They owe you money, they'll pay you. But goddamn, I can haul what few of them there are in a Volkswagen and it won't be crowded. Yeah.
There's your little thought there. I thought that he was pretty cool. From Moonshiners, Discovery Channel, Popcorn, who's no longer with us.
It's true. I mean, back in the day, hey, dude, I told you I have the money. I don't have it. Just give me a couple days. I'll get it to you or whatever. You need me to do something for you. But nowadays, it's like, Hulk, can I borrow like $10? I'll give it to you tomorrow. And then it's like, wait, where's Spaceshot go? I haven't heard from him in a few days. People try to ghost you and stuff nowadays. But hey, if you ever want to get rid of an annoying friend or somebody you don't want hanging around, let them borrow some money. You won't see him too soon after that going forward.
Is there anything? Oh shit, dude! I had to show you this video, dude. If you remember that Louisville, Kentucky UPS plane crash that happened and landed all over like a whole bunch of storage yards, car parts, warehouses, and shit like that. They released the video finally. And holy crap. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is a big problem with these airframes. And
the family of a ground victim killed in last year's UPS cargo plane crash near Louisville is suing 4 companies.
Did you see that?
Thing just launched right off of it, the engine.
The entire left motor left the airframe and crashed back into itself.
Near Louisville is suing 4 companies, alleging they knew the aircraft was unsafe and flew it anyway. Matthew Sweets, a 37-year-old electrician in training and father of two, was inside Grade A Auto Parts on November 4th, 2025, when wreckage from UPS Flight 2976 struck the building.
That's the crazy part. This, up in the front, it's seeing that actual motor come off, fly along with the plane. And of course, a lot of people lost their lives. So RIP to them. But dude, that's absolutely crazy seeing that.
Especially if they knew, that's the lawsuit. So they'll have to prove that these people knew it was unsafe and tried to fly it anyway. Regardless of if they did know or not, those people dying is a horrific thing anyway. But it's bananas, dude. That stuff goes on, and I wouldn't be feeling safe working on any of these hangars, knowing what I just saw.
Yeah, exactly. Last part of this one is talk a little bit about IMAX. Christopher Nolan came out with The Odyssey, which a lot of people talk about, has a bunch of woke stuff in there. Everybody who sees it says it's a great movie, but if you take it in the premise of they took The Odyssey and they made an action and adventure film inside The Odyssey and changed a lot of things and threw a little bit of woke DEI crap in there for some strange reason out there. But a lot of people do say it's entertaining for them. But did you know that there's only 41 IMAX theaters in the entire world that could show this film in its full glory?
No.
Let's get into it.
Hey, why does Christopher Nolan still shoot on IMAX instead of digital?
Because he's an artist. Oh. I'm just kidding. Let me explain. The thing is, no digital sensor can reliably capture as much detail as a 70mm IMAX film. But even if a sensor that good did exist, it still have to get projected onto the screen. And that's where digital hits a wall. Look, digital cinema projector is basically a chip covered in millions of tiny mirrors arranged in perfect rows and columns. Each mirror on a DLP chip becomes 1 pixel on the screen. So even if you were to shoot with a 12K sensor, you'd still have to get all of this information compact into this projection size. That's why the projector sets the ceiling for the entire system. This is a real slice of IMAX film. If you could shrink yourself down to a microscopic level, you'd see millions of light-sensitive crystals, each in a completely random position. When light shines through the film, that exact pattern of the crystals is what is projected onto the screen. There's no digital processing in between. And instead of running vertically through the camera like traditional film, IMAX runs the film horizontally. This allows each frame to be about 10 times larger than a standard 35mm frame, which means way more detail is baked into each of those frames. Anyways, watch Nolan's new film in 70mm IMAX.
I recommend everybody go see it in an IMAX theater if you haven't seen it. But it is 10 times larger. Where's that little thing you had over here that shows it broken out there? I wish I could make that a lot bigger there. So when you're looking at your average movie theater, go to your average movie theater size. It's going to be this yellow square style right here is your average movie deal. Then if you go to the super duper, theaters, you're going to get the green one here on the outside. But IMAX uses the full length of the film. They flipped it sideways so they could make it a lot larger print. And only 41 theaters will be able to show the full feature film in its all glory. Other than that, it's all going to be edited down.
That's the one that Ellen Page is in?
I think so.
It is. He plays Synot, which I've never actually seen that movie. And it's too bad. She would have been a pretty girl if she stayed to be a woman. But now she looks like a weird dude with a weird face. Sorry, it's just weird to me. Very weird.
Okay,
but I do
posted it.
I do like that that stuff. I haven't seen one in a long time on what do you call it?
Here.
IMAX.
Found it.
Tell me what you remember.
A life?
Oh, uncopyright me. I'm muting that. I'm just
fine.
I'm just muting it. I don't want to get copyright banged. Help me go home.
You can see what the big difference between they are. So, yeah. I've seen plenty of IMAX films because they got some over here at the Science and Space Museum. I actually one time back in, when was that? Probably early 90s when they redid Rolling Stones concert, refilmed it, and they called it Live at the Max. And it was a 3-hour concert, and you would go to the IMAX theater. That the theater screen is 70 feet tall. I don't know how wide. I couldn't even count that wide. But we watched the Rolling Stones play. I went there with my dad and all that. And halfway through the film, at 45 minutes, because the film is so big, they have to stop the film to everybody outside for a half-hour break while they change the film to the second part, and then bring everybody back in and continue on with the show.
Cools.
It's absolutely monstrous film.
Last one I saw was like it was a long time ago with my son. It was like some animal type of movie, National Geographic type of thing, but it was huge. The animals were like really big on the screen, obviously. High def.
I always look on the bright side of life. Did anybody come out and start voting here as we start doing our Dominion votes? Now is the time. Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer.
Ooh.
You guys are definitely in there. Yeah, Confessor out there in the 80s stuff. You guys definitely, that's not 80s.
Wake up in the morning and I step outside.
She did Pink's album. She did Gwen Stefani's album when she went independent. It was quite interesting.
Let's see what we got for leaders so far. Yeah, we got
okay. Let's drop the link for everybody because now is the time to vote. We're at the end of the show, so we're going to do some thank yous, talk a little bit out there. So make sure you get out to the show link and give me a vote, and then give me a little repost because we could always need that help because we need to smash a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the live chat as you're currently watching, or in the comment section below if you're on the repeat side. We appreciate you guys coming by, taking a look at it. Just making sure you leave comments on the bottom and smash the thumbs up. You go to Twitter and do the Twitter thing.
I'm giving hearts to all the different ones here. Just give a heart to everybody, just so they all got a heart, at least one. Let's see, what's this one? Always look on the bright side of life, Monty Python. Is that a song?
You remember that song? Yes. You haven't seen Life of Brian?
No.
You've seen Monty Python and Search for the Holy Grail, right?
Yeah, I've not seen the Brian one though. What is that?
It's a lot. It's funny. Yeah, it's another one of those movies. Always look on the bright side of life. It's when he's Jesus and he doesn't want to be Jesus. They keep following around, then he's Jesus the whole time. It's fucking hilarious, dude. That's absolutely hilarious.
Well, let me thank a Miss Karen. Karen Karyn 53 for gifting out 20 subscriptions to the channel. So very much appreciate that, Karen. And I gave that one a thumbs up as well. Am I the only one? I'm going to show a picture of when I'm going to show a picture of then, but you can't see now. I don't know when was the picture taken.
Looks like Cisco's in the lead over here due to lack of audience participation.
How old is this kid? You guys in the chat tell me, how old is this little boy? That was then, and I'm wearing a similar headset right now. How old is this? Is this Michael Spaceshot?
What are you showing? What are you looking at? What are you posting?
I'll drop it for you. I did a then and now, but I can't do the now. So there's the then.
I don't see. Oh, there you are. I see it on the chat side over there. There's Space Shot. That's what he's showing.
Yay!
With the little wired headphones from the
70s.
Early 80s.
It's so 76 I was. I'm guessing, what, 4 or 5 years old there? I can't really tell.
Yeah, so it's 80, 81 somewhere. Where everything was orange, brown, and they had those green-colored countertops. Remember those?
Yeah, and wood paneling everywhere. Lenny Lou says 7 years old. Sugar Bee says 6, 7. Pete Answer says 6, 3 years old, Uni says. I would go more towards 4 or 5, perhaps, is my guess. I don't know. They used to put the on a lot of these. They wrote the date on the back of a lot of these.
Really?
I got one. Apparently, I'm looking at one for me when I was 3 days old. good-looking baby I was. I don't know what happened. What happened along the way?
Oh, a stretch in there. I just realized that's Aaron Lewis, as patriotic anthem. I am the only one. Who's the what was the band he was in? The pop song band, not Hoobastank. Hootie and the Blowfish, if I remember right.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think that's the same guy.
Am I the only one?
All right, let's go shake it out. See if you guys had showed up. Not much.
Like pictures.
I like looking.
Plus, I like the time in which it represents. You know, like
Oh, we got 6 on that one.
Much different.
Exactly.
World. Much different world nowadays, Dan.
Well, that's going to be our winner is up here at the top. So you guys win with the Aaron Lewis song. Let me go cue this up. Make sure this thing's ready to go over here.
Stained was a question mark from Uni. Let me see. Aaron Lewis old band. Aaron's old band, the group Stained. It was Stained.
Okay, Stained.
Formed
which
in
is actually, I've seen them live, Stained. They were in a group of people playing at the Great Western Farm. It was the Psycho Circus from K-Rock, and they had like Redman. Actually, we came in to Stained. That was the first band that was playing, and I came in, went halfway through their set, and the whole crowd was jumping up and down. They were fucking absolutely loved it. They were, just by the crowd reaction, they were the best band of the entire night. And then they had Redman, Method Man come out. Then they had Primus, and then they did Limp Bizkit, played at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have the date on that. I just doing a guess. Most of the time they did put a picture or they put a date on the image, like this one I'll show you here. But essentially, that one they didn't, and they used to put the date on the back of them. My mother used to put the date on the back of all of them. But that's me at 3 days old. But I'm guessing, I would guess 4. What do you think, Hulk? 4 or 5 years old? I don't think 6 or 7. I'm guessing more towards 4 or 5.
The little baby?
The first one with the headphones I was showing you.
I'd say 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's 3 days old right there. 3 days old. Let's see. And don't forget, Hulk, while they're adding up, you still have some thank yous over on the pilled side of things.
Yeah, I'll get over there 1 second. Let me just see.
Oh, absolutely. And let me pin that comment because I pinned them all earlier. I want to make sure, you know what? Make sure you guys go over right now. I'll put the link in the chat, so if you guys haven't voted, you guys can go over and get your additional votes in before we wrap up the winner here. So let me get you that link here. Ding, it's this one right here. If you have not voted, anybody on YouTube and Rumble, here's the Hulkanator link. Bink. Go over there, put a heart on any of the ones that you guys like, and we will vote accordingly. We will, oh God, we got a raid incoming too now? We got a raid outgoing. Belushi. Huh? I thought I was going to raid Belushi. I was literally just getting ready to raid Belushi, and he just raided me. Thanks, brother.
Here, I'll show you a young family photo here I got with my sister. I'll show you this one.
Am I the only one?
Right there. There's
Cool.
me, my twin brother, and my older sister, who's older by 6 years.
6 years, and I did let you guys know that I'd crashed. So me and my brother, that's 7 years older than me, me and him share a birthday because I crashed his 7th birthday party.
Oh yeah.
All you albinos over here, you blondies.
Blondies.
The
exactly.
blondies.
Hey, you want to do what we did on Friday or Thursday? You could raid me, and then we'll do a commercial and then do outro.
I could try. Yeah, I can definitely raid you. I'm not going to do one on my side. I'll just raid into you. So we'll do it like that, and that way I can get my raid. I can get my raid off.
Get my raid on.
We'll see if we can get Hulkanator some commercial revenue here. If So what we're gonna do here, guys, I'm just gonna and thank you guys for the raid there, Mr. Belushi. But we're actually, as planned, I was gonna raid you. We went a little bit longer today, but I was gonna raid him, and I think he started a little earlier than normal too. But that was the plan. But I'm gonna raid you guys into Hulkanator. I'm gonna wrap up my stream.
I'll leave it
and
up.
I'll be with him.
You guys can come over and see the picture as you come over.
There you
It's
go.
on my side only. He wasn't sharing.
Oh, was I not sharing I was blocking my screen. Oh, I had the final thing up there. I had the final song thing up the whole time. There's Hulk's thing, but I will raid you guys into him now, and then we will wrap up. And then, actually, you know what? Really quick, I'll do it again just so we can show you. I don't know if I showed this one or not, if you guys were seeing the screen earlier, but that's my ugly mug at 3 days old, November 9th. I almost said 1776. It feels like it.
Hulk had a twin until the age of 22 with an accident. So, yeah, that's where I lost my best friend and twin brother. Drinking and driving is not a good idea. Or 21. Yeah, it was right before 22, actually. Come to think about it, it was tax day.
Tax day?
Yep.
Oof, that blows, yeah. All right, guys, so what we're going to do on my side is you guys are going to notice an outro play really quick, and then I'm going to literally raid you into Hulk's chat, where I will also be here with him, and then we'll say
And we're going to do exit song.
Yeah, we'll do our exit song, and then we'll get out of here like that, so that way we can get Hulk over here. Let me see. So we're going to raid. Ding, Mr. Bing. Hulkanator, confirm raid. All right, guys. So all of you guys, I will see you on Hulkanator's side in about 30 seconds. And appreciate you guys tuning in, of course. Thumbs up, like, and thank you for the mods, of course. I will read them all off tomorrow. And for the rest of you, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I'll be over at Hulk's in 1 second. Peace.
Yay.
Hip, hip, hooray.